Great rebound. Good defense. Brown.
I'd like to send him feed like in here into Christina and just see if she can go one-on-one in here.
Nice little step through hook. Finish from Christina King. Again, she made that basket there. I'd like to see her be aggressive and go up to the basket, draw that contact instead of settling for the easy sort of fadeaway runner on those shots. Good contest by Brown and good rebound there.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Nears go back into here. I think she's got a bit of a match down there which she could dominate.
One of the telling stats that we see in the season performance of both of these teams is in the assists. So the Force women average 22.1 assists per game against the Mountaineers 11.5. So they're double what the Mountaineers have been doing there. And we've sort of seen that the shots that the Force have been getting, they've been penetrating and kicking out to a wide open jump shot. On the other end of the court, the Mountaineers have been from some great one-on-one moves from Skinner especially. Anita Brown getting to the basket as Johnson gets a couple of free opportunities, but
yeah,
doesn't capitalise.
That's been the difference, hasn't it? The Ipswich team have had some really good looks early and knocked them down as well. And we're just struggling to get those nice open looks as another pass goes astray.
Johnson goes to the basket.
It's good double there.
So come up with the steal and push it again in transition, Brown. Bit of eager with the hands, Catherine McGregor there. Did a good job with the body to stay in front and then just bailed her out late trying to wrestle possession off Brown as we see another change early on. Despina Dickerson gets her first minutes of this game.
Dickerson. Skinner. Brown again. Inside.
Deflection from the Force. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Mountaineers to come up with a play here.
I think she's got a mismatch down there, Steve. Like seeing there.
There hasn't been anybody in the league who can really match her foot speed. She's been able to, when she is aggressive and makes a good move to the basket, to be able to get that sort of opportunity to finish. But she's got fantastic footwork to be able to go. And it's hard for these girls to guard someone like that because they're generally probably used to just banging in there, not having someone of that agility to try and defend. It's a bit of a woeful start from the strike. 0 for 4 for the Mountaineers.
I'd like to see him go to the well button and keep going into her as well. Force even a double team, then you get a couple of kickouts with a few free shots as well.
Nice athletic steal from there. She's 6'3". She can dunk a ball.
Well, that's what she told us on the semi-pro show. I'm here to see it.
It up through Farley.
It's nice defense from Demi.
It is. You're happy to give up those sort of shots every possession. Tough look there for Michaela King for the Force. But good D from Skinner, as you mentioned.
Here we go.
Bit of a...
I'd like to see her take it to the hoop there.
Shot put. Very from the shoulder. Launched up from King, no good. 3-point lead to the Force, 11 to play. He's 8 with 2 to go in the first.
Both teams just going a little bit away from their offense here at the moment. Good opportunity for Toowoomba to have a little surge here. Try and go into the second quarter with a lead.
Dickerson, Brown.
It's a man-to-man look from the Force. Clock winding down as King gets it in nice. That's a nice position.
That's where we want to see.
A good deep catch. That's what you want to see from King. You don't want to be
power.
Exactly. You don't want to be catching 1-2 steps out from the keyway and having to make those moves. If you can,
a little pocket rocket.
zinging down the court.
Yes.
But yeah, from King, you want to be able to catch in between the keyway and the charge circle. If she can get there, she's nearly going to be unstoppable every possession.
Yeah, you can run your offense through there, Steve. That's the thing. And as we said, you can get a couple of open looks for the girls outside if they want to double. No block out there. Ipswich regain.
Lanan comes up with a defensive rebound. Minute 30 to play here in the first 3-point game to the Force. Just overcooked there from Brown.
The ones that you really got to finish, aren't they?
Clarence.
Got number 3, Courtney Taylor. She's got a bit of pace.
Brown settles for the elbow jumper, no good. Ipswich look to push in transition.
Nice pass, nice feed from Taylor. Claren to the line to shoot 2 more. Demi Skinner back in. It's a quick break.
It was a quick break, so maybe it's something Cabe's looking at early on, giving King and Skinner a bit of rest so they're able to sort of work through that fourth quarter, the tail of the game, with a bit more energy. First one's good from McLaren. Second one rattles around. Ipswich come up with the offensive rebound. Again, mentioned that a few times this season. They are absolute coach killers, not boxing out, just trying to out-athletic.
And then the 2.
The opposition player, instead of getting that potty position, doing the work early. Making it a 50-50 contest instead of tipping the odds in your favour.
16-10, 22 to go on the clock here.
Extra pass to Skinner, pulls up, squeeze off the back. 6 to go. Ipswich pushing the ball up the court in transition. Nice little dish there too from Grace Ellis. So good transition basket.
Transition. Finished the quarter well, 18-10.
Just stretch that deficit out to an 8-point lead there for the Force first quarter. What'd you make of the first there?
Oh, I just think Ipswich had a bit more intent in their offense. Got some really good looks. Got some good looks early and put them away too. A couple of good threes. And then we kind of struggled a bit in half court. But inside of Christina, looks a go, doesn't it?
Again, I think that is a tale. We mentioned the assists per game. Ipswich are moving the ball around, even in transition in that offensive push down the court. They're getting the dishes, getting these easier buckets. They're getting the easier shots because they're penetrating, drawing the defense, making the defense adjust, kicking that around, and getting good shots for their teammates.
And the little turnovers are hurting us. The turnovers, the offensive rebounds that Ipswich have got, extra putbacks, they're the ones that hurt us. And there's the lead. There's the 8-point lead. So,
yep, so for the Force, we do have Carly McLaren leading the way with 6 points. Amanda Johnson has 3 to back her up, while for the Mountaineers, Demi Skinner's leading the way with 8 points. And just the extra 2 from Christina King. So that's very interesting. Anita Brown, 0 from 4 from the field, hasn't been able to get on the points tally just yet. That might maybe something that's frustrating her as well. So I'd say look for her to come out and be aggressive. I think transition is where they can push it. If they lift that intensity, what they have been able to do previously in transition is sort of up the ante on their defense, get those touches, get those steals and push it up in transition, get easy buckets. Brown, King have done that well in the past, so maybe look for the Mountaineers to lift the bar. Despena Dickerson, that's been her sort of cue when she comes on the court. She's there to set the standard, basically.
That's what happened last week. It was defense, which turned into a quick turnaround to offense and some nice buckets on the end of it. I think that's what we're going to look to here. Be aggressive with your defense.
Possession arrows with the Mountaineers to kick off the second here.
Dickerson, Leonard.
Brown, Leonard now on the wing. King again. She's getting good space in there. She had it high if she kept going with that move.
Exactly.
She went back into the defense low then. That's a good little give
Nice
and
pass.
go there from the force.
Good finish.
Equal to the task to capitalise with the bucket.
A good passing team, the Ipswich team.
Skinner looked
Big three
good.
from Skinner. Skinner's looked really good early here tonight, Steve.
Looked good off the hand too, so that's taken her to double figures. 11 points for the game for Demi Skinner. First one from long range for the Mountaineers tonight.
All a bit easy there.
It's Grace Ellis. Used a body position, used her strength there to clear a bit of space and get the easy bucket. Skinner again, the top of the key. Yeah, I thought he might have missed one there. So Carly McLaren having a bit of a swipe there and collecting a bit of skin. King will go to the line to
She's going to have a tough job defending King down there tonight.
shoot two, where they haven't had much love from the line.
Cha-ching.
That one tickles the nylon.
And the two.
Reverse curse.
Ipswich 20. Toowoomba 15. Good start from both teams in this quarter.
Johnson's looking to create something off the penetration at the top. Skinner, she kicks out to Ellis, who couldn't get it. Johnson from the top. Back of rim. It's something we talk about too out here at the USQ. These rings are very hot. You don't get the soft sort of rebounds. You'll find a lot of the time
No soft touch out here, mate.
rebounds always do go long, so it is a little bit of an advantage to know that. Being the local is
Nice
Brown,
from Anita.
aggressive.
She's on the board now.
Gets that contact with the body and strong enough to go up and get the finish as well. And that'll
Start here from the knees.
she'll be
Nice and
relieved with
aggressive.
that. So
Yeah, exactly.
12 minutes to get on the score sheet for Brown.
Mind you, she had some good looks in the first quarter, just didn't knock them down. So hopefully that gets her going now.
Makes the free throw, and they've reduced the deficit to 2 here. A couple of minutes into the second quarter. It's Johnson. I really do think the Mountaineers have got a great foot speed advantage over this Ipswich team.
Yeah,
if they
exactly
can
right.
look to push, and even now, sort of King running up the court with the back to the ball, if she just needs to be a bit more aware, do that hard work early, get that couple
quick
of
transition.
step break on and push up, and turn these girls around, make the Ipswich force. Make them
She is
keep
quick.
up. Make them play. Yeah, in saying that, there is the little jets of Taylor burning the turf, the hardwood.
I'm sure Cabe would be very happy with the start to this second quarter by the girls. And they have upped their intensity.
Yeah, a little bit more settled. It's King swing short corners. There you see. Yeah, another
exactly.
late call there too. So there's been a couple of late calls, but better late than never, they do say.
She's
you
beaten
can-
her with speed there.
You can see she just ripped through, clear step. She's beaten her on the first step and a half there, and probably was entitled to finish that one, but did cop the on the back, the knock on the back too. So she'll get the 2. But I think they've got a distinct advantage over anybody who's tried to guard King so far, especially down low. She's been able to rip through those spin moves. She's getting good looks. She just needs to get to the basket, try and finish at the hoop instead of settling for those little fadeaways that she has been accustomed to take.
So she's got to take it all the way to the hoop. That's the thing. And as we said before, keep going to the well until they want to do something different.
Georgia Ralph controlling the point for the force. running some high on-ball action of herself. She's going to go right to the basket.
Nice step. Yeah.
Bit hugged up in defence there, the help side from the Mountaineers. Wasn't forthcoming. And gifted Ralph an easy 2.
Nice. It's a nice pass from Demi. Nice feed.
A nice slashing cut down the middle.
Will go to the line.
Christina's really into this game at the moment now.
Come on, get those hands out.
It's probably a difference. Didn't really happen last week early. I don't think she got into the game.
Take it off that stubby.
I think the girls see that she's got a bit of an advantage down there. Starting to hit her free throws as well, which is a good sign.
8 points. You did it!
2 for 2 there for King
The lead back to 1.
from the line. Team fouls early 2 here for the Force. So 4 plays 0 in that count. Skinner fighting over the high on ball. The help again. The help's too slow to come on that. If they're getting beat off that on ball, they're obviously trying to hug up and then trail over there. The girl defending the ball, but they're just, if they are getting beat or they're getting stuck on that screen, help side's just too slow to get
Just
there.
that step behind, aren't they?
The rotations are too slow at the moment from the Mountaineers.
And against a team which has got a good passing game. That's the thing.
McGregor's successful on the first. Back a rim for the second.
So I'd even like to see it push there as well in transition.
Yeah. Make Ipswich make decisions in
pressure on.
transition. Yeah. Skinner fading to her right there again, settling.
Here's the ball.
Bit up the court.
White ball.
Defense there from the Mountaineers, but it will stay with the Force.
It's a good little matchup there, Taylor and Dickinson. They will go hard at each other. Both probably set in the game to do similar roles for their team.
Little pocket dynamos.
Yeah,
Where's the defense, girls? Come on.
just pressure in D.
That's it. I want to hear it.
Johnny G trying to get the crowd up here. See, that's again a step behind there in the low block there, Steve. Just didn't finish, but was a nice open look for Ipswich.
Farley again long on the short shot there. Brown gets a bit of love from the rims. Tie ball game for the first. Well, it's not the first time tonight. That did start at 0-0, of course.
It's been a while. It's nice, good pressure defense again.
Here they go. Brown looking for that
Bad
transition outlet. Foul on Christina King, Amanda Johnson. Trying to get to the basket there. So we have timeout on the court called by the Toowoomba Mountaineers. Great first half of the second quarter for the Mountaineers there, able to reduce that 8-point deficit which we saw at quarter time. Now tied at 23 apiece. What'd they do? Where'd they make their changes?
Intensity went up. Defense went up, got some turnovers, and they've got some good looks inside. And as you said before, foot speed. Anita's got to the hoop with her foot speed. That's what it's been. It's been foot speed for both. We've got them to the line. We're starting to hit our free throws as well. So
I think their defense has been really good as well. So they've been stayed in that man-to-man. They've been able to, apart from those on-balls and the rotations that we've seen, if they can make an adjustment there, I think that Cabe would be pretty happy with what they've been doing on that defensive end as well. So be interesting to see if they make those adjustments. They're only small things too, and they're only half steps. So if they can adjust, get across there earlier, just make Ipswich make that extra pass, force a different option, even get a hand on those shots that they're getting there. I
think Kay would be more than happy with the first half, but obviously wants to see him go on with it for the second half of this quarter. going into half-time.
Johnson's good with the first.
It's those tough rings you talk about, Stephen.
Wow. Skinner.
Just forcing the pass there from Lanarn into the hand. Step back from Skinner. Looks
Oh,
good.
she's on tonight. Demi's on.
Demi Skinner,
So
14 points.
Very good start to this game.
Perfect 2 from long as well. So great start. That's what we did want to see.
Oh, yes.
That's what we wanted to see early on from Demi, being able to get her rolling.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Didn't happen last week. It's certainly been a turnaround this week.
Might be a conscious effort from Brown to get Skinner involved as well.
I think it is, because she hasn't taken as many shots as Nita. She's gone to the hoop a few times, but she's got a few nice open looks for Demi.
See Georgia Bolton getting her first minutes of the game. Great young talent who has come through the Mountaineers development program. Bit of a wayward pass there.
From Crystal, yeah. It's good D. It's good D from Demi.
McLaren able to
Finish from McLaren. Yeah.
an ugly play, juggle around there.
I'd like to see Crystal even get one or two shots off here at the moment, instead of just being a pass only. The defense know what she's in the game.
Yeah, exactly right. They just can't be passengers out there on offense.
Yeah.
Allowing the defense to sag off and feed more pressure onto the girls that are
Exactly.
more accustomed to the scoring load. Skinner, I think she liked the look of that, but put it back in the holster as King works inside. Nice little step back, clears the space, but
Another good look, but
rolls around. Pops out.
it's nice.
That's
Very
good.
nice.
Yeah, good play on both ends. Like credit to McLaren. Skinner was able to stay in front, carry a hand on the shot, but McLaren was equal to the task on that occasion.
McLaren's got a few moves down that low block.
In the back, McLaren. Got the foul.
Bolton trying to luck in the high post there on McLaren. A little bit of
You can see out of the timeout, Ipswich have just gone up that next level in defence as well. And some really good pressure. Created a few turnovers, then some easy looks for them down the other end of the court.
so in the bonus.
In the penalty, yeah.
Not high enough.
Not high enough. There's the
There we go. 1 from 2 from the stripe.
Great defense, Bolton. Roll.
McLaren again down in the low block.
Pushing it hard.
Little too cute on the flick.
Yeah.
Bolton looking to push Brown. Wow, stops on a dime, pulls up and
that's
pulls
nice.
the trigger.
Anita's come out.
Johnson.
She's hit, 3 this quarter? 6 points in the quarter, I think it is.
McLaren. Big downtown shot.
Rattles around the 3 there from McGregor. 1 point game, 2 minutes to play in the first half. As Brown's looking to set it up, get into a set. King comes up with a high on ball.
It's nice again too. See, Nina's just started to take over these last couple of minutes. Got herself into the game a little bit more as well, and using her foot speed, getting to the hoop.
Come on, folks, get those hands up. Hands up. Oh, that's good. You're up all the time. That's good.
Brown will get 2 shots to the opportunity for the Mountaineers.
Pocket rocket. Taylor
First-
checks back in.
First lead of the game on offer here for the Mountaineers. Brown snavels that up.
Anita Brown. Taylor.
To give the home team a 1-point lead, and there you go, your pocket rocket.
Yes, got the foul.
Lights the fuse
She's
and
quick.
lights the fuse and zooms through that keyway.
First foul. Those shots here. Taylor. Good.
Ties that up. If you are out there listening on any of the live streams, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the game.
Five.
Anything else, basketball or whatever, really?
Good is.
Life coaching, need something.
Life coaching. Wow.
Skinner.
Be interesting, wouldn't it?
1-10. Mulder. Brown.
Brown down the baseline. Skinner, nice look, wide open there off the swing, short. That time, and Johnson comes up with the rebound. Ipswich looking to run some transition of themselves, a cross-court pass.
Brown.
Didn't have enough on it. Skinner gets another look. Bolton cleans up,
Bolton.
perhaps. It's out the dustpan, sweeps them up.
Oh, it's nice from Anita. Good help defense from Ipswich.
Again, probably just taking that half a dribble too far there. Had a nice little pull-up jump shot. But chose to try and draw possession, draw the foul, draw the contact. Johnson's successful in doing that herself.
See who it is. Substitute Desmond Dickinson in for Georgia.
Dickinson back in.
Round of applause, Georgia. Great defense.
So both teams in T fouls we see, but no particular players in too much individual
No, it's
trouble.
shared around at the moment, yes. Been good from the line, Ipswich, tonight.
Yeah, 5 from 9, 55%.
Oh, really?
Yep, pretty,
Count that one. What's that now?
pretty good. Well, that will make it 6 from 10. If my maths
I think
serves me
that'd be about
right,
60, wouldn't it?
that's going to be 60%.
I must have been watching something else earlier.
Yeah. King on McLaren,
It's nice. Oh,
rattles around. Brie Farley comes up. See, she's sporting the face mask tonight too, so might be protecting a bump right on cue. She couldn't come up with the 3 from the short corner. Ralph, so 5-second differential on the shot clock. Mountaineers will get another opportunity, especially with there. So 10 seconds to play. Cabe's going to draw up something special, calls for timeout. 10.2 seconds to play, 34-31. The visitors, the Ipswich Force, do lead us out here at the USQ Clive Berghofer Centre. Karen Brunner challenge that we have on. It's been a very good quarter from the Mountaineers. So, and a pretty high scoring quarter from the Mountaineers too. So 10 points first quarter, 21 for the second. So they'll be looking to carry some momentum into the third and over this halftime period to come out with that as well.
With the high scoring quarter, it's no coincidence that Brown's got going in this quarter. Got some nice looks and got into the rack a bit as well. So, yeah, all in all, good quarter. Just got to finish it off here.
10.2 on the clock, 1 possession. You've got the clipboard. What are you doing?
I'm giving the ball to Anita. Bit of isolation. Get to the hoop and make a decision from there.
Yeah, I think we might see Brown. I would like to see Skinner in the high on ball for that pick and pop for the 3. She's been shooting well tonight. I'd like to see her do that a little bit more regularly than what we do. So we see King and Brown run that a lot, but just to give a different look, make the defense adjust and play how they're sort of guarding the on ball a little bit differently as well.
Both of us didn't get what we wanted.
No, it's going to be
I'm not sure what that play was.
Wasn't too bad. Yeah, Brown did get a good look, but unable to make the bucket. So we do see half-time out here. The USQ, Clive Berghofer Centre, Ipswich Force do lead 34 to the home team. The Mountaineers 31. All in all, pretty good, pretty even half. Pretty good second quarter from the Mountaineers.
Look fairly evenly matched, don't they, both teams tonight? No reason why this game won't be going deep into the fourth. But yeah, some good signs from the Mountaineers in that quarter. As you said before, a lot more of a high-scoring quarter. I think that came from their defence, but up the ante in the defence and rolled from there.
To the naked eye, too, it looks like Mountaineers do have an advantage speed-wise across the court. Taylor for the Force is obviously very quick, but overall I think the Mountaineers do have
in the big
ascendancy
matchups
there. Yeah, yep.
I think we've got that speed. Yeah,
something they just haven't really exploited though as well. So I'd say that might be somewhere we're looking to push in transition, get some cheap buckets.
In the hopefully start of the next quarter with that, you up your defensive pressure, and then we want to change it over quick. We want to get down the floor and put the pressure back on Ipswich. And we've got those assets that we can use.
So we do see scoring leaders here for the Force. Carly McLaren is setting the tempo there with the 10 points to go with her 4 rebounds. So a nice productive half for Carly. Well, the Mountaineers have been led, the big three, as always, are doing it. But this time Skinner's right up there, 14. 6 of 11, 54% from the field. 4 of 8 twos, 2 of 3 threes. 5 rebounds to go with that. Pretty good half. 6 turnovers as well for the Mountaineers. So that's something that Kay will be really happy with, protecting the ball. Still have been getting those couple of deflections. Not as crisp as he'd like to see, but a marked improvement there in the second quarter.
Oh, from the first quarter, there's a massive difference, mate. Obviously, they're into the game now. Down by 3, so it's line ball at the moment. So whoever comes out with that intensity into the second half and takes the ascendancy, going to come away with this game in the end, I think.
Definitely. We might pop off for a short break. Just before we do, just like to mention our massive thanks to our sponsors. So Southern Cross Bricklaying, who are our game sponsors out here tonight at the USQ Clive Berghofer Centre. And our live stream, as you see these pictures broadcast by the team who do all this great work behind the cameras. And we just sit here and bask in the glory.
They do a great job, don't they? The setup back here.
Unbelievable. Yep.
So,
and that tonight, Stone Street's coaches. So all the sponsors that support the Mountaineers program are very loyal. Can't make these things happen without them. So much appreciation to all of those people. And we're going to cross over to, I think, Johnny Gouldson running the halftime festivities with the kids.
Okay. Get your rebound. Give it on to the next. You can go and join Mum and Dad in the stands, mate. Rebound. And, of course, a lot of, some of these boys, you in the Toowoomba under-14s, under-12 side, boys? That's good. And you got second in the state championship. Well done. What's your name? Jacob. Round of applause for the under-14s. They got second at the state championships. Well done, boys. Junior Mountaineers. Chase it. Get your rebound, boys. All right. Come on, little girl. That's a good dribble. Rebound. All right. Now green line. Here we go now. Oh, can you get the rebound for me? Josh, you get the rebounds for me, eh? There's the junior Mountaineer. Oh, he let us down. This is the junior Mountaineer. He let us down. Right, come on. Oh, jeez. I think we've got to get the help here. Come on, mate. Have one more go. Come over here. How tall are you? 4. All right, 4 feet tall. This time, big underarm. Good try. I know. You got it, boy. Go to the end of the line. You're still in it. You're still in it. You're not. See you later, buddy. I don't know, this time. Good try. See you later. Now here you are, Dad. You hold him up in the air. We'll let you come right in his face. Give it to him. You hold him up in the air, and then we'll see if he can shoot from there.
Just about done, mate. Surely. There you go. That's outstanding. That much talent running around in our own backyard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the semi-pros. The semi-pros. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Let's go.
Down here, anything's possible. A first degree, a second career, a way to advance. As the #1 uni for graduate employment in Queensland, the University of Southern Queensland has helped over 100,000 students become more from more places, on their own terms, in their own time, with 24/7 access and over 100 online degrees. Become more from more places with USQ.
Toowoomba Together wants to break the silence by empowering our sporting clubs to join together and embed social change. Do we accept abusing players or officials? Not in our club.
Do we accept verbal, physical or mental abuse towards women, men or our kids? Not in our club.
Do we accept foul language? Not in our club.
Not in our club.
Not in our club.
Welcome back to the USQ Clive Berghofer Stadium, where we're at half-time of the women's game. The Ipswich Force, the visitors, do lead 34-31 in the Karen Brunner Shield. We're joined now to give some insight, shed some light on the men's game, the week they've had, by men's coach Danny Breen. How are you tonight, Danny?
A little bit cold in mighty Toowoomba town, but got the jumper on, so all's good.
Yeah, the aircon did freshen up there today too with that breeze. But just speaking off air, great opportunity for you guys tonight. Has been a bit frustrating over the last 5-6 weeks, getting yourselves into games, similar situations each time, not being able to capitalise on those. That's something you're going to be looking to change tonight.
We certainly hope so. It is learning. It's an experience that they don't get unless they're put in those environments. We've now been put in it 5-6 times. Hopefully we're better prepared for it tonight, and we take the W.
Ipswich, so they have chalked up a couple of wins. They're at 4-9 at the moment. You're at the just the 1-12. Local derbies you've been involved with, both sort of teams. We've spoken before the women's. You can throw form out the window then when you do come into these games.
Look, it always has been. For as long as I can remember and as long as I've been around basketball, the whole Ipswich-Toowoomba rivalry has been there. It's great. And as you said, the rivalry brings out a slightly different aspect to it. Throw in tonight, I think they're down Jason Rolfe, I believe. He's out with a nerve issue, and we're down a couple of players. Throws another dimension into it as well. So, look, let's see what we can do tonight. We've got the players. We've trained really well this week. We're improving. We're showing a lot of upside. We've just got to get that extra step in.
Mate, the vibe. Obviously, all coaches get a vibe on their team before the game. What is it? Obviously, it's not hard to get them up in this type of game, but what is the vibe in the boys?
Look, if I look at training this week, Tuesday was a bit placid. It started that way. It ended with some great verbal altercations, if I call it that way. It's passion. It's what we need. I don't think I've heard that many F-bombs dropped in one training session ever.
Well, you didn't listen to the show this morning, did you?
So, but it was all done for the right reason. It's starting to show the frustration, starting to put demands on each other. That led into Thursday's session. And Thursday's session, it was clean, it was crisp, it was full of banter. And they finished the session tight and with a lot of laughs. So hopefully that's that release point. They've realised what they've done. We've educated them a little bit better this week. We're prepared. We jump into tonight's game and see what happens.
With those couple of changes that you do have tonight, a couple of absentees, does open opportunities for somebody else to get a bit more time than maybe what they have and put their hand up and show that they can compete in these sort of leagues.
And it does. And, I mean, losing any players obviously throws a little spanner in the works, but it does provide opportunities for a few of our other players. Whether that matches them on scoring, or it gives us more defence, or we'll wait and sort of see. But young guys like Jordan Beager comes into the frame a little bit more tonight. He stepped on last week and did a great job for us defensively.
Yeah, I thought so.
You know, he'll get some more minutes tonight. If he shows that same intensity, a few minutes becomes a lot more minutes. And that's his progression as a player. He's got to do that if he wants to step up into this league.
And no doubt you'd love to see that as a coach too, giving an opportunity to a young guy, whether it's minute and a half, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, they go on and they give their all for that. And they do get rewarded by going out and giving their all.
They do, and it's interesting that his college coach from Canada was watching on at the game and was really impressed with some of the things that he showed. You know, and that's great for him leading into the upcoming season as he heads off in a few weeks' time to take up a college opportunity over there. Hopefully, you know, we get him a little bit better prepared, gets over there, and he comes back even better prepared for us for next season.
Mate, last week I was impressed with Jason Spurgeon, isn't it?
Yep.
The 17-year-old. He had a tough job. He come up against a couple of big, experienced bodies.
Yep.
What will we see from him tonight?
Hopefully that and some more. Tonight against Ipswich, I mean, they've got some big bodies. They've got Kuon, Mitch Pallane. Both of them are very athletic. Maybe not as physically big, as in weight and size, but they've certainly got length. And Jason can match it with them. He just needs to take his angry pills before the game, I think. He, as a young lad, he sometimes can be a little bit passive. We've just got to give him those gummy bears and hope they push him in the right direction.
Mate, thanks for your time. As always, though, your hair is impeccable tonight, but I did see you pull out some lipstick before too. Is that an addition to the personal care?
Mate, it is. Men's grooming is a big thing, as you're. Actually, you may not be aware.
You can see from us too, mate.
Look, can't have the chapped lips. Toowoomba is sitting at about 4 degrees at the moment. I ain't going home with cracked lips.
No, mate, as always, appreciate your time. Giving us some insight before you get out there on the court. All the best tonight. Best of luck. Hope we come home with the win.
Thank you kindly, guys. Let's go Nears.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Thank you to Danny Breen. As we see, we're underway with action out on the court. The Toowoomba Mountaineers are down 1 to Ipswich Force. Couple of good looks early on.
Yeah.
Nita Brown
pushing
the issue too on defense. Couple of transition baskets now. So both coach at the halftime interval there too. It's Taylor.
Pocket rocket burn.
Opened up like Moses parting the seas. Swidale to Brown on the wing. Lenard travelling there.
Dickinson checking back in for Twidale.
Yeah, I think Twidale might have been responsible there with the matchup on Taylor, where he was just able to slice like a hot knife through butter. Lenard grabs the board. That's a nice look
pass
from Brown.
That's that quick transition, isn't it, Steve? As we spoke about earlier. Get the ball and get it down the court and put the pressure on the opposition. And that's what's happened there.
I think that's where they do have an advantage. They just haven't looked to capitalise on that in the first half. None getting hands in to Farley. Good touch, winding down. McLaren no good, but Johnson comes up with it. Hands from Brown. Good quick hands. Now they're out again. Just Dickinson pushing the lanes. Brown.
Tough shot, good finish.
Good aggressive make to the basket. Gives the Mountaineers the lead.
Good aggressive ball there from the girls.
Coach Brad George for the Force has heard enough, seen enough, wants to talk things over, needs to make some amendments, but that's been a really, I suppose, the perfect start for the Mountaineers to come out.
Exactly what we wanted to see, mate. Quick transition. Got how many? 3 or 4 transition baskets there. It was, on that tough defence. Brown was probably the one at the 4. Transition, down the hoop, 2 points.
Yep, she's got her hands in there, getting a few deflections, being able to get that and pushing it. And Dickinson, you see, running the lanes there too. So didn't get the ball on that occasion, but by pushing up, she's made the defence having to chase her, having to
She's
commit,
giving Anita plenty of options.
opening up the spaces there as well. So fantastic there from the Mountaineers. Love to see some more of that.
It's going to be a bit of a seesawing match, isn't it, mate? You can see.
It is.
A little burst from both teams.
I do think the potential is there. The Mountaineers, I have been impressed with, bar the first quarter where they were a bit sort of lackadaisical, how they've come out. I do think they look like the better team when they run, and I think they vote.
Yeah.
If they stick to that and keep their aggression up there and sort of rotate through so they're not going to sort of drop that intensity at all, I think they can put a little buffer on the Ipswich force here to end the third quarter.
Yep. We've got 39-38 to Toowoomba. 6.5 to go in the third. There's the pocket rocket with the burn again.
Ralph couldn't get to play, but Johnson.
A double here in the corner.
King, good ball movement from the Mountaineers. Lenard's she hasn't been
defense from
aggressive
McLaren
enough.
there.
She's going in, hasn't put up a field goal, and you see that every time she attacks the basket. She's getting to a position where she could stop, put up a little runner, pull up a little jump shot, but she's looking to pass every time.
Yeah, it's just too one-dimensional,
Yeah,
mate.
exactly.
Yep.
She's got to be a scoring threat. She's getting herself into good position. She's doing the hard work, so she's just needs to capitalise that as King pops up a little mid-range jumper. Dickinson given the match-up.
I like the option of bringing
Taylor.
Dickinson onto Taylor. A bit more foot speed.
That's a
Copped
bit
a
of
bump.
Back in 10-second tackle there from McLaren.
Oh, it's too easy through the lane. Couldn't finish.
It's Brown, King getting down the court. Brown, nice little turn.
Nice touch.
That's a 4-point lead. 3-point lead.
3-point
Two
lead.
fast fingers over there, they on the bench. Gail Hernett team.
Gail, she's been doing it for years.
Do a fantastic job. Our score bench officials out here for the Mountaineers. And that's
tough
good
defense.
defense from Lenard. Again, the opportunity to push the ball. King. Looks like they're going to slow it down.
I think they've got the superior fitness here as well, the Toowoomba girls. Really want to push that ball.
Brown pulls up on the dime between the legs. King. Shot clock winding down 5. Skinner from the top.
Ooh.
Off the back of the iron.
Oh, it's good from Demi.
Oh, that's interesting.
Isn't it?
From little Jordan Christensen.
Very little Georgie.
Thought Demi Moore had done enough to flick that back off the force player. See a substitution. Watson's in for Lenard as well. Again, another lady who hasn't had a field goal attempt tonight, and she can shoot the ball too,
Yeah.
Crystal Watson, so she needs to be a figure on the offensive end.
Nice from King. Yeah, and Crystal's been around for long enough to realise that too, Steve, where she needs to be a threat on the offensive end.
Yeah, you don't need to shoot the ball every time, but you do need to be considered to be shooting, so they just can't play lazy
just sag
defense
back
on you.
all night, mate. Yep.
King
That's
puts
nice
her in
from
the
King.
in the tumble dryer.
There's those fast feet. Good little run here from the Nears, up by 5.
Again, the
Keep
opportunities
pushing the envelope here.
can hit Brown in transition. Isolate.
Nice
That's a
from
tough
Brown.
shot.
She's really hitting that
Again.
mid-range jumper tonight.
Brad
Anita.
George, and there's that deficit that I was hoping the Mountaineers might be able to open up. 7 points. 9-point lead for this quarter. Very good for the Mountaineers. They get out and run. You can clearly see they do have that foot speed. They can beat their opposition up the court. When they do, they get good shots. Brown, King, Skinner. Great sort of defense there from Lanarn. Also Watson, Dickerson, all chipping in. So really good 7 minutes to this quarter, and they've opened up a 7-point lead.
Oh, that's a great 7 minutes from the Nears. Cable would be so happy with that. They've come out, and as you said, they've pushed the envelope on the defensive end. Quick transition and got some really good looks. Anita Brown has really got her mid-range jumper on tonight, so really good signs going forward here tonight.
After being scoreless for the first quarter, Anita Brown, she's taken her tally to 15 to lead all scorers alongside Christina King. Coupled up, Christina's got 5 rebounds, 5 steals for Anita Brown. She's really starting to fill the stat sheet, so 15 points on 50% from the field. 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 steals. So that's a, tell you what, if there was QBL Fantasy,
she would be.
You'd want her in the team tonight.
Yeah, she's really getting
her
work
work again.
There she
That's
is again.
steal number 6, and she's off to the races. Anita Brown.
And one thing about Anita, she has got superior fitness.
She does, and she's been an absolute workhorse. She may not have, she could have those sort of energy reserves tonight because she wasn't really putting it all in. Well, she was playing hard, but she wasn't having to do everything in that first quarter.
It's just come into her own in the second half here, or into the second quarter leading into the third quarter. You can see that she's really feeling it now. She wants the ball in her hands at all times.
It's the Force making some changes too. Look a little bit flustered there over on the bench. Bit of frustration for Coach Brad George. Hands in the air. Not waving them around like you just don't care either. Kimberly Wilson gets a bit of time on the pie, and Skinner
at the 3. Nears.
Bang, bang.
12 up. Great third
and
quarter.
Wide open, feet set. Great shot from Skinner. Never looked like missing. Ralph cuts through. Dribble penetration.
She's driven the lanes well tonight, Ralph.
Again, that's that help defense, the rotations. Once the players beat, this might be hugging up a little bit. So the weak side defense there from the Mountaineers just playing their man a little bit too much. Just need to shift onto that help split line down the center of the court so they're able to rotate there. If they need to rotate, then it's up to your teammates then to help you out.
This is the first.
After that.
Good with the second. The nice little roll. Toowoomba 11-point lead.
1-3-1 zone thrown out here from the Force too, so they've made a change. Interesting to see if this will keep the aggression going for the Mountaineers. An opportunity now is in this particular zone. You see a bad pass from Skinner, is to swing those those short corners. So someone like Skinner's going to get an opportunity to get some good looks, I think, if they can run their offense against this zone well enough.
Yeah. Ipswich just a little bit flustered here at the moment after that run from the Toowoomba side.
They are crucial.
Important,
1 minute 45 here in the third quarter. Out at the Clive Berghofer Centre.
Crowd starting to fill up now too.
Skinner fading to the base. Well, baseline play there, run for the Mountaineers. Brown pulls up on a dime again.
That mid-range again.
Pulls up so quick. Defense is still sliding and they're not able to stop. Gets that separation. Elevates. Knocks down the jump shot. Great maneuver there from Anita Brown. Johnson showing some aggression. Trying to inspire a team.
Where did Ipswich go from here, Stephen?
I just think Mountaineers do have an advantage with the way they play. They really need to. Well, down 13, you can't slow the tempo down, but they're going to need to play them in the half court to match them. If they're going to try and run and gun against Mountaineers, I think they're just playing right into the hands of where Cabe would like to be and the Mountaineers would like to be.
And have really exploited it well in this third quarter.
13-point lead for the Mountaineers, so it's a 15-point turnaround in this quarter. Now looking to finish it out. King taps a body bump, gets it to
Tough
go.
shot too.
Might have been unlucky not to get the bonus on there, but referee didn't see it that way. Chief referee Caroline Hull lets it slide.
Out to a 15-point lead.
2-second differential on the shot clock, so they may get another opportunity. Force looking to take it down. Johnson from long range. Can't get to go. Brown counting down. Pulls up. Brilliant quarter from the Mountaineers, though. So they've turned a 2-point deficit into a 15-point lead, winning that quarter.
One of the better quarters they've probably had for the season thus far from the Nears, and no coincidence who got going. Anita.
Yeah, Anita Brown, and
Yeah.
what was sort of obvious in the first quarter, they do have that foot speed, the transition. They can beat the Ipswich Force up the court. They just weren't taking advantage of that. Obviously, Coach Cabe, great coaching. He's seen what we've seen from the sideline as well. Really asked the girls to lift the intensity, push the ball up the court. It's reaped the rewards so far.
Yeah, mate, he'll be very happy with that. But obviously, you know, you got to finish the job.
Exactly.
Yeah, fourth quarter, got to come out with that same intensity and go to what worked for you in that third quarter, which, as we said, was defensive pressure, quick transition. Don't go away from that. We've got some shark dance happening here on the court at the moment.
The baby shark, mate. I'm pretty sure you'd be able to rip a couple of those moves out.
Probably for us. Had a few of them on the D floor at some stage, my friend.
A couple of the crowd as we look up there and getting into it as well, and really getting on side with the Mountaineers cheerleaders. We did see the Force that they are trying things. Brad George is trying to change up the defense. They've thrown some zone look. They've thrown some man-to-man. Be interesting to see what he comes up with.
Wouldn't be surprised if he
has any
continued with that 1-3-1 to start this quarter.
1-3-1, try and shut down Skip. They need to stop the penetration. They need to stop the ball in transition, really. So they've got to contest the rebounds, their offensive rebounds. If they don't get it, slow the ball, stop the outlet pass, send someone back. So Anita Brown's had a couple of wide open streaks to the hoop for easy buckets. But for the Mountaineers, just more of the same, really.
Tell you one person to be happy with the performance so far would be Karen Brunner on the sidelines. Steve, obviously an old player from yesteryear.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, played plenty of years in the Mountaineers uniform. Both herself and her husband Ricky, who is the generous game sponsor tonight. His company, Southern Cross Bricklaying.
Very generous man.
Also, Stone Street's coaches. Tell you what, if you ever want to get on a bus, not too many better buses to get on than a Stone Street. So,
two great local touring businesses support a lot of different sports in town. Great to see.
And it's just a great community in Toowoomba. You see these companies that do support lots of things around town, not just the sport and the Mountaineers, plenty of things. So please support those who support us.
Support us, yes.
Johnson. Short on the long three there, deep three. A few spins, a few shot fakes.
Yeah, Ipswich can't get to drop at the moment. Toowoomba really got to take advantage of that.
I hope we see Toowoomba still be aggressive. We don't want them to try and protect the lead. thinking, oh, we've done the job, let's just hold on.
Yeah, got to keep pressing here.
If they do that, that's where Ipswich are going to have an opportunity to get back in this game. The next 3 or 4 minutes, though, if Toowoomba can really, I suppose, ramp it up, they've got an opportunity to nearly close this one out.
Yeah, his next 3 minutes will be crucial. Either extending that lead or keeping it where it is at the moment. I'll just be interested to see Ipswich's approach and who it is they turn to try and turn this game around. Brown to the line. Has been very effective from that range tonight. I'll put the curse on him. Yes, but the Ipswich offense at the moment is a little bit clattered. Nice finish there. Do you think that's somewhere they've got to try and exploit down McLaren?
Oh, obviously,
Ipswich?
McLaren and Johnson have done the bulk of the heavy lifting all season for the Force, so they're going to be their go-to. And as always, when you get to these down the stretch, you got to go to your studs.
Yeah.
Georgia Bolton subs in.
I didn't mind those couple of shots from Dickinson either. Wide open looks.
Exactly.
Gotta take
Shots,
them.
you've got to
Yep.
shoot them.
Yep.
Whether they go or not, if you don't shoot them, then you're not going to get the respect from the defense. Hit a couple of those, and the defense is going to have to make adjustments and have to respect you out in those positions.
Exactly.
It's a nice
Nice feed.
give and
Good
go,
finish
good
too.
seal from Johnson under the bucket. Kenna good rotation. Watson, Bolton at the top. King. Good hand there from McLaren though on the shot contest. 12-point margin. The Mountaineers do lead. That's a tough shot.
Very tough shot.
Showing a few tricks, stepping back into the
Johnson
high
trying to
elbow
take on
jumper.
himself here. Ipswich looking for a little burst here.
Back down
Reduced
to
it to
10.
Yep.
And that's it's a mental barrier to the double figures. If they can get it back into the single figures.
Nice from King.
Great little.
It's been good from the field tonight, King.
Foul on the court there. 3 team fouls for the Mountaineers. 6 minutes 53 to play. McLaren.
Oh, it's big from McLaren.
Big bomb from downtown from McLaren.
It's a tough three, that.
Gives her 14 points for the game. And this zone definitely has slowed the Mountaineers' offense up. There a lot of ball movement. There's penetration now from Brown.
That's a lovely
good
touch
finish.
from Brown, the left hand.
They're prepared just to kick it around there. Johnson.
Both teams, it's a good offense.
Wide
here.
open. Cabe's seen enough now. Back to 8 points. Couple of wide. McLaren's wasn't a wide open 3, but a wide open look there from Johnson. Able to make it go too. So Cabe doesn't like what he's seen there with those couple of open shots.
A couple of good shots, but from Ipswich. Tough three, hand in the face of the three.
Yep.
Wide open, nailed it down. Shots they've got to make to reduce this lead.
As you'd expect from both teams, you want to see him execute. You've got your plays, you know what you want to do, you know your players that you want to get the ball to, but being able to get out on the court and execute, that's a different thing as well. That's what Ipswich have done these last few possessions. Mountaineers maybe start to get a bit nervous. They stretched it out to a 15-point lead, back to 8.
That's the thing. You've got to. Ipswich's job is to tag it back, get it into that that 3-4 mark, and get Toowoomba nervous. You know, they've been renowned for not finishing games.
Yeah.
Tonight is a night where, you know, they should finish this game.
It is, and as we spoke to Danny about off-air before he come on, sort of winning is a culture. It's something you need to learn. Unfortunately, this season the Mountaineers haven't been able to develop that sort of that winning momentum. So tonight, perfect opportunity.
Ipswich into a bit of a press here as well.
So it will be interesting to see who grabs this leadership, who sort of becomes the general, sort of tells everyone where they need to be, what they need to do to get them over the line. 3 to go. Shot clock counting down. Brown's going to have to go. Short on the iron.
It's a good D from Ipswich.
And Ipswich have upped the intensity too. So we've got on the full court press. Just a bit hungrier too on that loose ball rebound as Taylor.
Using a speed there again.
Dickerson, Lennard, Ellis, Johnson.
Johnson selling the fake. That's good D from King too. Using the feet, staying in the middle, forcing Johnson into a tough option.
You can see Johnson's got a decision there. You know, if they're losing on her hand tonight.
King from the corner. No good. Offensive just been a little too stagnant.
Exactly.
Lennard
Good
did well.
defense. Yeah.
Stay in a cylinder.
See, I still like to see a push here as well.
Dishing out to Brown, looking to operate. Step back, tough shot. Contact after the release on the shot will be 2.
Elevates very quickly, doesn't she, Anita?
Brown, yeah.
But, you know, going into this last 4:40, I'm sure that Cabe would like to see them, if they don't get that quick transition going late into their sets.
Exactly, reducing the amount of possessions for Ipswich to get back into this.
Yeah.
But also, 4 minutes is an eternity in a game of basketball as well. So you can't try and protect the lead as well if you do get those good looks. But I think more so he'd be wanting them to get into their sets and actually make sure they're running those plays, getting the movement, getting the girls through their positions on the court, and then taking the opportunities when they do present themselves. Brown coughs one up. Johnson again.
It's good from Johnson.
Top 3. It's a couple of deep.
Wants the ball in the hand, doesn't she?
Couple of deep threes from her here in the fourth quarter. 18 points, 11 rebounds for Johnson, so she's been good tonight. And you see right in there,
cross court. Yeah.
Johnson closed out 2 meters short of Lennard because she knew she wasn't going to shoot it. Lennard, she knows that from what she's seen right throughout the game, that she's not going to be a threat. Comes down, shoots that 2. So had Lennard been aggressive earlier in the game, she's taken those shots. She's been able to force.
She'll extend the defense every time.
Exactly. Wouldn't have given Johnson the opportunity to close out short. Help defense sags because they know they're passing, so they're all up in the passing lanes. There's only one thing that's going to happen, and it's just too predictable there from Lennard. Coach K back to 4 points. He's seen enough.
Yeah, that was a big couple of minutes from Johnson. As I said here before, she wants the ball in her hand. It's going to be a win or a loss on her hand tonight. And nailed some big threes.
And that's what you expect from your big players when time comes to win. Like they, third quarter, you're never down and out, but they were really behind the 8 ball there, and they needed somebody to put their hand up, sort of get everyone on the shoulders and give them that bit of momentum moving forward. And Johnson's done a brilliant way of doing that
she wants the ball.
in this first 7 minutes. She's sort of jump on, the train's leaving, are you coming with me?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, and she's a winner. You can say she's a winner. She wants the ball. and she's willing to win or lose off her hand. That's the thing. She's got the confidence to do it. That's what we need to see from the Nears. We need to see the same type of thing.
They have made the adjustments defensively as well. Mountaineers haven't had those transition baskets. But an exciting barn burner we're down for here. 4 minutes to go. 3.5 minutes to go. 4-point lead for the Mountaineers.
They'll sag here at the moment on this side.
King steps through. McLaren with a good solid tackle in the keyway.
Good aggression from King. We've got here 4-point lead. Toowoomba up by 4, 3:25 on the clock. A few more starting to filter into the crowd here tonight.
No good from King there on the first. Makes the second. Dickerson, bit of token up the court pressure. Johnson, she loves that little half rise shot fake, yeah. McLaren working inside. Good from Skinner to make her get that catch outside the keyway.
Nice finish, tough finish.
Good execution there from McLaren. Not much more Skinner could have done either as well. So 3-point lead to the Mountaineers. Crowd starting to get a little bit vocal. Get behind the girls. Skinner.
It's off.
Off to the left. Back to a one-possession game now. Foul, Dickerson up the
Taylor
court.
using that foot speed.
That's going to hurt now because the Mountaineers are in the bonus, so that'll be 2 shots for Taylor.
And the shooting 2. Bonus.
You'd think Ipswich would be getting Taylor to use that foot speed with each possession coming up, actually.
One for 2 for Taylor.
2-point ball game here out at Clive Berghofer, 2.5 to go.
Linan again. Good position on the catch, right on the low block. You'd love to see you just have the confidence to go, back yourself, put a move on. You'd rather get blocked, something, cop a bump, maybe draw a foul.
Exactly,
throw out a
foul and go to the line for 2.
Philosophy I always played by was a bad pass is always.
That's big. Johnson has come up massive
and that's,
in this fourth quarter. Ipswich
lead again,
regained.
Ipswich, 1-point lead for the visitors. So massive turnaround here in the fourth quarter. Mountaineers went in with the 15-point ascendancy. Anita Brown looking to operate at the top of the key. Get some space short on the rebound to the force. They're off in transition now. Taylor run off the double. Horn set. Again in the bonus, so she'll go to shoot another 2.
Just that half-court offense, isn't it, at the moment for Toowoomba? Lacking options in the half-court.
That's a 23-7 quarter here for the Force. Not what you want. You're in a great position from the Mountaineers. Still in a great position to be able to get home and win this game. Minute 30 though, so they really need, well, they have to score and get good looks in these next couple of possessions. Stating the obvious, it's King. Can't get it to go from there. And that's a terrible foul from Dickerson. Like you've got to be better game awareness than that. You can't foul 100 feet up the court.
And probably the person you don't want to be standing in the line at the moment, Johnson.
So Johnson will have 2, potentially stretch this to a 2-possession ball game. Makes the first. She's been
How
brilliant.
does Johnson have this quarter?
This quarter, I dare say she's done majority of the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Can't get that one to go. It's a 3-point lead, minute 20 to play for the Ipswich Force. Nine again, has the ball knocked away. Dare say they'll have to play out this possession, try and get a stop here for the Mountaineers. They won't want to commit a foul just yet. It's good defense from Lanard. McLaren just using the shoulder a little bit to clear some space. Clear Lanard.
Watson back in.
And I think this is a direct reflection, which we haven't seen Lanard take those offensive opportunities. You just can't have a passenger out there.
Right.
Down 3 points, 57 to go. You have to have people that are going to be a threat to score the basketball. You have to score the basketball to win from here. King again, short on the rim. It's just not coming
Nothing
up, Mountaineers.
is gone, no.
Desperation stages. 2 possessions left in this game if they play them out to the full capacity. Mountaineers happy to play this one, try and get a stop. Johnson, big 3, a dagger right in the heart of the Mountaineers there.
It's been a
From Johnson.
massive quarter for Johnson. She has taken the Ipswich team and put her on her back and said, this is where I'm going, come with me.
Knocked the wind right out of the sails there. That's 28 plays, 7 in this quarter. It's just unheard of. Like, it's a bit... I think everyone in the stands is in disbelief. They just don't understand how it happened. We're in a position to win and just haven't been able to capitalise.
What did we go in? It was a
15-point lead this quarter.
15-point lead. Yeah.
Down 6 now. And I suppose it's just this familiar situation, not being able to know how to win, to get over the line. And I think this is going to be a hard one for them to take.
Oh, mate, this is a very hard one to take, you know, up by 15.
Yeah, they just... Well, they have. Ipswich have played the get-out-of-jail card. And they're out and home. 6 points. Game isn't over, but it's a long road from
Very
here.
long road. Very
Need
long
a lot
road.
of luck.
Sure.
Bolton, we're going to have to get a quick score here. Brown's looking to operate. The 2, so 2 probably doesn't help either. Still a 2-possession game. Two-possession game now, 4-point deficit. Ipswich Force do lead 69, plays 65. This game now, they're going to have to come out and foul. Hope that Ipswich are going to miss a few free throws.
Probably knock down a couple of threes, I'd say.
Interesting there. 6-point game. Took the quick 2. Only 20 seconds to play, so no timeouts, no opportunity to advance the ball. Yeah. Obviously, there's going to be an attempted steal off the inbound. If you don't get the steal, you foul straight away.
It's all or nothing here.
Yep, they push the
Next
ball.
play. Yep.
Quick score, quick 3. There'll have to be something. So Ipswich, destiny's in their own hands. They make free throws, they win the game. Easy as that.
Did we come up with what's Johnson hit for the game?
So Johnson has come up with 27 points. So she now leads all scorers alongside Anita Brown with 27 points for the game, to go with 13 rebounds as well. So
Should have had to have gone close to 15 this quarter.
I
Maybe
dare
more.
say she would have, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, she's hit the best part of 4 threes this quarter. So just being able to do what the team needed. They were crying out for somebody to...
Went to another level, complete another level. Yeah.
Go again. So King comes out, forced a foul. Johnson. I think Johnson will be pretty comfortable with herself getting to the line.
It's coming out of the hand quite well at the moment. Yeah.
You'll be able to ice this game. So short there from Johnson, giving him a sniff. Makes a second, so still a 2-possession game. Quick three is going to be needed by the Mountaineers. Brown pushing the ball up. To the basket, look for the quick foul.
2 down to 3, but
Watson commits a foul, 2.2 seconds to play. 3-point game, Ipswich.
the one that got away.
Yeah, I know, the one that got away. Put themselves in a fantastic position. Like that third quarter that the Mountaineers were able to put together, coming off a 2-point deficit at halftime, was outstanding. Couldn't have asked for anything more than a complete 180 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, massive turnaround.
And I'd say that one is going to hurt.
It's going to be a heartbreaker, that one.
The Ipswich Force have run out victorious in this leg of the Karen Brunner Shield. 72 to the home team, Toowoomba Mountaineers 67. And there's probably not much to say apart from that. It is a disappointing end to what was a promising first 3 quarters from the Mountaineers.
It showed in the last quarter where you had Johnson on one side of the court who wanted the ball in the hand and was willing to win or lose off her hand. Whereas probably on the Toowoomba side of things, I think we were a little bit timid.
They did go away from what worked for them, their transition, where they had the advantage, being able to push the ball up the court, their speed. So I don't know where they go to here. They're not going to get a better opportunity to win games than what they were in there now. But as always, it is a process. It is a 3-year commitment from coach. But this is going to be a pretty hard lesson, this one.
Yeah, and obviously it is a 3-year commitment, but there's got to be steps taken. There's got to be games where you've got to win, and that's a game where you've got to win. Obviously, you can always say you're going to learn from these areas, but it's coming out next time and not making the same mistake again.
We're going to cross over to Mountaineers Chairman John Goulson, who is standing by to name the women's MVP for the game.
Also to come out here, Ben Young has been here. Zach? Not here. Okay, over here, girls. MVP for the game, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Burnoff Properties and the Toowoomba Sports Club MVP $50 voucher. Come in close, girls. I've got a couple of questions to ask. First of all, Anita, what happened?
They made some tough shots in the fourth quarter. I think we played hard. We stayed together, but they just played a little better in the fourth quarter.
Crunch shots took it away from us. Another win.
We got next week. We'll get one next week.
We got to trust the process.
Absolutely.
And let's give a round of applause to Anita, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Well done, Anita. And take it down to the sports club and have dinner with the team.
All right.
You can see out the team with that voucher. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get down to the men's game. Congratulations, girls. Great game.
Just about do, mate. Surely. There you go. That's outstanding. That much talent running around in our own backyard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the semi-pros. The semi-pros. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. The Skull.
Down here, anything's possible. A first degree, a second career, a way to advance. As the #1 uni for graduate employment in Queensland, the University of Southern Queensland has helped over 100,000 students become more from more places, on their own terms, in their own time, with 24/7 access and over 100 online degrees. Become more from more places with USQ.
Toowoomba Together wants to break the silence by empowering our sporting clubs to join together and embed social change. Do we accept abusing players or officials? Not in our club.
Do we accept verbal, physical or mental abuse towards women, men or our kids? Not in our club.
Do we accept foul language? Not in our club.
Not in our club.
Not in our club.
surely. There you go. That's outstanding. That much talent run around in our own backyard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the semi-pros. The semi-pros. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Let's go.
It's time now for the University of Southern Queensland QBL Live Stream Series with the Clive Berghofer Toowoomba Mountaineers in action at the Cave. To call the game, please welcome the semi-pros.
Welcome back to the Clive Berghofer Centre out here at the USQ. We've just had the completion of the women's game where the Force ran out victors by 4 points in the end. Men are out on the court, getting limber, getting warm, and we're lucky enough to be joined by one of the great sponsors of the Mountaineers and our live stream sponsor tonight, Phil Stonestreet. Welcome, Phil.
Hello, thank you.
What was your assessment of the women?
Well, it was an entertaining game. It was a bit of a shame to be up sort of, what were we, 12 or 15 points at one
15.
stage?
15, yes.
Anyway, these things happen.
Certainly do. And, of course, you're a proud sponsor of the Mountaineers. Tell us a bit about your business and what you do.
Well, we've been in Toowoomba now for around about 26 years. We started off with just a handful of buses, predominantly doing school runs around Toowoomba. And then we got into another couple of school bus runs that we purchased, and then got into travel market, chartering coaches, and so we're probably up around about a fleet of about 90 buses and coaches at the moment. So it got quite busy over that period of time with the Surat Basin and everything happening up in Gladstone with the LNG. But that's all sort of come back now, and we're sort of back to the core business of our school bus runs, tours and travel. We do international travel as well, and based in Toowoomba, Dalby and Ipswich.
Ah, brilliant. How many people do you employ?
Well, at the moment we'd be probably around about 115, 120. That's with casuals and full-time employees.
It's a lot of staff, mate.
That is a lot of staff.
I've got about 40 odd. I don't know how many headaches that is. But you must have some good staff as well, mate, to obviously you guys have branched out a lot now from what you originally started doing. You must have some really good staff to help you along as well, mate.
Yeah. No, we've got a good core of guys there and girls. And you've got to, you know, like with the business we're in, you've got to look after the clients, you've got to look after the passengers. getting the kids to and from school every day safely. It's all part of the job, definitely, and we have got some very good people.
Being involved with the Mountaineers, how many years have you, or how long have you been involved with the Mountaineer program?
I knew you were going to ask that question. And it seems like a long time on and off. We haven't been sort of sponsors every year on year, but we've tried to help John and the team out with, buses, whether they dry hire a minibus or try and get a coach load to take the guys away. So we try and do our best for pricing with that, but live stream the last couple of years, but even way back when they were playing at Water Street. So there's been a fairly long involvement there one way or the other.
Back in the glory days, the old Water Street Stadium. I'll tell you what, you couldn't beat the atmosphere that you could get created in the old tin shed down at Water Street.
It'd be chilly down there tonight, wouldn't it?
My word, no, it was always very interesting.
The beers were always cold. Like, you pull them out of the fridge to cool them down. So that's how good that was down there. Mate, looking forward to the men's game. You've seen a bit of the men this year?
A couple of games, yeah.
Very exciting game being part of the Karen Brunner Challenge. What are your thoughts on being able to get a win? I think we're down 3-0 now in the return leg, so we lost the 2 away games, down 3-0. Yes. It would be nice to get one on the board, though.
Well, I think they've got a pretty fair chance to get Ipswich tonight, haven't they, really? I mean,
I think it's a very good matchup for our guys. I know they're hungry for a win. They've been, like the women, there or thereabouts against some of the top teams in this league, so they know they can compete. It's just about getting their nose over the line.
That's right.
It's Ipswich. It's the can't lose to Ipswich. No. It's one of those rivalries, isn't it?
I've got to be careful because we've got a business down in Ipswich as well. So we've just got to, play our cards right tonight.
Tear shreds off them. No one from Ipswich is watching. They don't have internet in Ipswich yet, do they?
So, anyway, certainly going for Toowoomba tonight.
And if someone would like to utilise your services, book a charter, book a sporting team, looking for a bus, what's the best way to go about that for them?
Well, they can go onto the webpage as always, or just give us a call. There's always someone in reception there that'll take their call and direct them whether it's school bus related or whether they want to charter a coach, or we've got a good team in the international travel department, so either ring up, email.
How do you drive buses across the ocean?
Oh, well, it's a bit of an art.
No, appreciate your support for the programs. Like all the wonderful sponsors here, it's not possible to make these things run without guys like you and the whole community, the stuff that you do right throughout the community, not just the basketball. Well, much appreciated, as Toowoomba relies on those sort of things and these core businesses supporting that. So thanks very much for your time, and I'd like to hear you up there cheering.
No doubt about it. We'll be into it. Very good. Thank you.
We might just switch over to John Gouldson for the playing of the national anthem.
Thanks, Mark.
No worries.
Beautiful.
Not real good on.
And this is the Karen Brunner. Delivered by...
So we have a wonderful rendition of our national song there. Troy.
Lovely voice. Georgia does a great job.
Brilliant once again. The men in their final countdown of the warm-up. So a great matchup tonight. Very evenly matched across the court. I know Ipswich bring the likes of Gunn, Kyle Harvey, who has been a dominant force for them throughout the season. The Mountaineers haven't really had that standout, but they have performed best when they've utilised their offense to get everybody into the game.
Yeah, and that showed last week as well. Various contributors on the offensive end. Then probably when it got down to the back end of the game, things they tightened up a bit. Yeah, but I'm hopeful of looking forward to a bit of run and gun tonight. Pushing the pace. That's when they play at their best, when they push the pace. Same as the women, when they push the pace.
Yeah, so definitely. We do see the Force sitting with the 4 wins, 9 losses in a couple of spots, 2 spots ahead of the Mountaineers on the ladder. But as we said earlier, doesn't matter about form coming into these local derbies. It is about who turns up on the night, who wants the bragging rights. The Force did take the win when they clashed earlier in the year down in Ipswich, fairly convincingly. Mountaineers were coming off a win the night before against Logan.
Okay.
Prior to that, and they've come out and I think they got belted by 40, so they just didn't turn up. A couple of omissions tonight with Millette McCow and Cresto Wall out for the Mountaineers. So there's going to be an opportunity for a couple of the younger fellas. Look for Danny mentioned guys like Jordan Beggar to be able to get some minutes. He's impressed in the limited time that he's had previously, so I'm excited to see a guy like that get an opportunity on the court.
That's the thing, mate. We spoke about these younger guys and the bench blokes getting your opportunity and taking it. You know, this is where you can make a name for yourself right now.
Again, Mountaineers go with their regular starting 5. We see Renko Beslovich, Cameron Weber, Daniel Sims, Ricardo Martin, Jason Spurgeon.
Good to see Weber. Good to see Weber get into the game early tonight as well.
Daniel Sims, 11. There's your lineup, ladies and gentlemen.
Ready for tip-off here in the Southern Cross bricklaying main game of the night.
And Ipswich will get first possession. Oh, wayward pass.
Short there from Joshua Spees. First field goal attempt of the night there for the Force.
I want to talk to John Armstrong about that, knocking out John Armstrong Auto Group put the choice bounce around. That's worth a lot of money, John.
Ipswich taking the side possession. Jesse Gee running the point. Jason Ralph, so a young fella who been the dominant point guard for the Force in the last few years as Jaden Ferguson opens with a triple. So Jason Ralph out tonight for the Force as well. Got a couple of little nerve issues, so that's going to be a hole that someone's going to have to step up and fill for the visitors as Sims.
Nice and aggressive from Sims.
Kyle Harvey.
Straight
So
back
Kyle
at
Harvey's been
with
making a
Harvey.
living doing that in the QBL.
That's a foul ball of Spears.
Huzovich, deep three. Off the back of the rim. Harvey pushing up the court to G. Cam Webber's been tasked with the matchup with Harvey early on. Sims cops a bump.
Nice. Good aggression from Sims, isn't it? taking it to the rack early in the game.
It's just, I think, struggled to find his position in this team for the last probably 5 weeks since he's come back into the league. Just just trying to find his feet, where he fits in, how, and the team as well, of how they're going to be able to play with him, incorporate his talents and abilities to get the best out of it for the team.
What type of style is going to suit his game? It's
He's
more
one of those
running, get out and run. Isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah. Obviously, he's a short, fast man.
Yeah.
Very nimble.
With his Timberlands on.
Yeah, so he enjoys rock climbing in his pastime. But he's one of the guys that likes to dominate with the ball as well.
Yeah.
But having that, but not to the detriment of the rest of the team, is important to how they can get that to work. Second three there
Nice
for the
block
game
from G. It's going to be a nice little matchup, that. Sims and G tonight. It's good, tough finish from
Bump in the
Ferguson.
back from Weber too. Again, don't think Cam's ever agreed that he's committed a foul. One of the innocent blokes of the QBL, the good guys. Also enjoys acting.
He's not real good at that.
Shot there from Ferguson. No, so he's stuck in Toowoomba. And
He's not in Hollywood.
Get down to Summer Bay or Ramsey Street. Spurgeon straight into the hands of G as he does a nice little Euro step. Spurgeon comes down, copped him with the body. Got a good piece of the ball, but absolutely creased him as well. Jesse G at the stripe. Gives the hands a little bit of warm breath to warm up the joints. Might have to give him 2 puffs next time. Just not quite enough, that one.
Yeah, he did too.
You give him a double puff. Clearly what was
again next
required.
time. Near's going to be very careful here. 8-point lead to the visitors already. And there's a few wayward passes happening at the moment, leading into some very easy buckets.
Mitchell Poulain gets the breakaway dunk. Couple turnovers there
It's
early
really
from
simple
young
turnovers,
Spurge.
isn't it?
Bad pass, bad
Yeah.
ball control. Just being a bit too relaxed in the offensive end there from Spurgeon. Sims, tough basket.
That's a tough
gets
finish.
there.
There's some big boys in the middle there.
Wants a flop too. Harvey pulls up, bump on the arm there from Ranko though. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. Kyle Harvey doesn't look to be a guy that's going to come out and dominate you, but one of those guys, you look at the stat sheet at the end of
30 points a game.
You look at the stat sheet at the end of a game and you think, wow, he's ended up with 30, he's ended up with 40. He's had numerous 50-point games in the QBL. And just seems to get him so easy.
He played any high level?
No, he obviously come through the American system, so college over there. Has been a stalwart at the Ipswich Force, probably the last 7 or 8 years he would have played down there. So nearly one of the family, one of the artwork, nearly hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
Weber can't get that one to go. Cardo Martin sporting the old Kung Fu bandana. Weber.
Good D from Weber with the little
got to the position
flop
there.
to finish. Bit of icing on the cake.
Just rocks back on the heels. It's a nudge. And that one, though, there, he did get great position. Cooked the bump in the middle of the chest, so a good call there. From the adjudicators. And from the wing.
That's what we need to see from Webber. A few open looks. He's got to knock them down nice and early.
It's his bread and butter.
Getting a bit of rhythm. Something he didn't do last week. It's good D too.
Oh, nudge in the back there. I don't know who's got that. Ranko Puzlevich, that's going to be his second early, 4 minutes into the game. Just need to see what Danny does if he's going to let him roll early on, roll the dice.
Yeah, rolls the dice, yep. It's good D from the Nears. Sims running the floor, finishes with the 2. That's good D again from Webb.
Using the feet.
And once again, ends up on the floor. But no, he's got some really good position on those last couple of possessions there.
Knew where Spears wanted to go on that occasion. Read him like a book. Beat him to his destination. Flop warning, technical foul there, so.
Interesting.
Anthony Redmond's not having any of this early on.
No, he's stamping his authority early in the game. Sims will go to the line.
Little whoosh there from Johnny Goulton in the background on the mic.
Johnny G excited as per usual. Trying to get this Toowoomba crowd into the game here tonight.
Start for Sims, 7 points. Webb again from the wing. Big Willie Mitchell into the game early for Spurgeon.
Oh, it's nice. Webber. We'll have to count how many times he ends up on the floor tonight. You can see a few of the tour players are playing a lot more aggressive tonight. And Cam Webber's one straight up. He's getting himself into the game early.
For sure, I think they all have been. Spurgeon was a little bit sort of on the back foot to start, and we've seen that that early rotation with Willie Mitchell in there. He's going to be hungry after every offensive board. That's what he does. He's a scrapper. Nothing pretty about Will Mitchell, including his face. But he's going to go out there and give you his whole 100%. You're going to get him. He's going to chase down every loose ball, and he'll get under the skin of these big guys too. So that's going to get out there. Loves a bit of niggle, loves a bit of chat, loves a bit of stepping on the toes, pinching the bodies, all that sort of thing. Wily old veteran. So, and he would be taking a few tips over there from KG veteran in the assistant coach seat there, Trevor Grieve. I tell you what, he would have a few tricks.
He has got all the tricks.
He would have a few tricks to teach young Willie.
But yeah, as we said before, it was 10-2. Nears in the last few minutes have had a good few minutes on the defensive end, and turned into a few breaks, reduced that lead back to 3 to Ipswich.
Webb will go to shoot to bonus. 2 free throws. They are in the bonus, so both teams in the bonus early on. 5 minutes 25 to play. Webb get one to roll in.
Roll. Lead back to 1.
2 fouls to Ranko, as you did mention, so he's going to have to be a bit smart with the way he plays out on the court. Harvey blows by, pulls up for the easy 2, the edge of the key. Sims, very heavy on the dribble penetration.
Tough shot.
Fading with the left. Answering 3 there from Josh Spears for the Force. Webb blows straight by. Bucket's easy to come by at the moment. Defense Just getting burned.
Not on the premium defense at the moment. Big Willie.
Good body there
Loves a
from Will,
scrap.
having a little wrestle with Mitch Poulin.
He's having a little chat to him as well at the moment.
Webb in defence in the block, backing him down. The foul call, I think the bucket will count, but Spears has been a bit overzealous chasing the rebound there.
5 points to Spears.
Big Willie could have got under the skin there a little bit, I think.
Ranko will go down because a non-possession foul. After the shot, will be entitled to the 2 free throws. Ranko Selovic. He's good on the first.
Just the first. The first 8 minutes of this quarter only to go by. We're in for a bit of a high-scoring contest tonight.
Ranko checks out. Abraham Yak will get his first minutes of the night. You also see Alec Goodnay on the court for the Force.
Good defense again.
Defense. Good body position.
Been a good start to the game by Sims here. Into the game, both ends of the court.
Sims looking to come off the dribble. Ricardo Martin's been quiet early. That's a nice spin. Had the opportunity to finish with the left. Didn't take it.
Into the crowd. Caught by the lady in the first row.
Tough shot from Harvey there. Sims away to the races. Wanted to pull up. Pulls it back. Good. Happy to
Smart
get into an
move.
offensive set. Weber wide open on the 3.
Nails.
That's good.
Good from Sims. Pulled it out. Found the open man. Cam Webber for the 3.
Towel wavers on the end of the bench there from the Mountaineers getting excited.
And there's that man again on the
Offensive
floor.
foul. I'm going to say he might have been a bit lucky there. I think he's been inside the charge circle, but...
I'm just going to put another stroke down here. Cam Webber, floor, 4th time. In 9 minutes.
That was good, D. Got great position. Got to the spot there. Would have been interesting to see if he did have his heels inside the charge circle. Doesn't matter now because the call has gone.
But he's being aggressive on both ends of the court.
Always been a good defender, able to stay, smart defender, and a sort of wily old veteran. Knows where to be in the defensive rotations, able to get to those spots to help out his teammates. Ricardo Martin goes base. Comes up with an apple.
One thing is he's blowing past his man with ease last 2 possessions.
It's Harvey bodying down, step through, draws the contact. Claiming his innocence to no avail. Ricardo Martin, I think there might have been a bit of contact on the arm. I don't know if there's too much of an argument there. Need a good lawyer.
Plenty of contact there.
So we see Kobe Robinson checking in for the Force. Harvey to the stripe to shoot 2.
Good. 82% from the line. Two from 2. Ipswich 22, Toowoomba 21, 2:13 to go in the first quarter. But a highly entertaining first quarter to start off.
It is, both teams being very aggressive. Sims being aggressive off the dribble. Able to get there. A couple good looks for Webb too on that. Good defense from Toowoomba, being able to commit some turnovers. Tight tussle, which is like you see, local derby, local arm wrestle. Nobody wants to give up. Easy baskets. A lot of contact inside as well, so a lot of aggression.
Yeah, there's plenty of aggression, and it's the defensive end has been good for both teams. Both teams getting some good stops. We've had probably 3 charge calls in the first 8 minutes of this game. So
we see for the force leading the way is Jaden Ferguson and Kyle Harvey with 7 points, where Cam Webber leads all scorers for the game with 10 points. 2 for 4 from beyond the arc. 9 points, well backed up by Daniel Sims as well. So well-rounded start there for the Mountaineers. Ranko Paselevic has the 2 points. Ricardo Martin, a bit quiet early, so look to him be aggressive. That's one thing he has been in previous games, is trying to get himself into the fray early. He's not going to do that now because he's off to the bench, is he? Or
they're all off to the bench.
Off to the bench, something going on. We've got a little drama with the score table being sorted out. Little reset on the clock. Technical issues here for the score bench. So Danny Breen taking that time to come up with some strategies to instill into his young troops.
All in all, what are your thoughts on the first 8 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's been very balanced. So both teams have had good looks. Sims has been good. I think both teams will be happy. They'll be looking for a few cracks, a few weaknesses that they may be able to exploit in the opposition. We see Jordan Bigger onto the court. Young guy again come through Cabe at Ciccolini up at the Toowoomba Grammar School through that program, and he's earned himself a spot over in a college over in Canada for next season. So he's
Canada, okay,
jumping on the big bird across there. Very excited. Speaking to him there a couple of weeks ago, really excited to be able to get over there and ply his trade and learn in another environment. Sims wants a high on ball. Big Willie checks out there too off the top, pulls up for 3.
It's tough, good elevation.
So Sims, best start to a game we've seen from him in the QBL in 2019. Oh, Big Willie.
Big Willie.
There might be a finger wave come out now, or a muscle flex. Just letting him know it's not a little boy house inside. And then he goes on the offensive end now, and the putback from Big Willie Mitchell.
The crowd love him.
Too
They love
big,
Big
too
Willie
strong from the Willie.
Big Willie.
Intensity just lifted here. Step through. Intensity, you can see it's just the bar's just been raised by the Mountaineers in this closing 2 minutes of the quarter.
I like it from Sims, but very aggressive.
Jason Spurgeon back in. The big
Young Spurgeon back into the game. Fancy playing that bloke when you're 17 years old.
This is the first.
Toowoomba's very own Kristaps Porzingis, looks like.
Gets the second.
Kane Bishop there.
1 from 2, Bishop from the line.
3-point lead for the Mountaineers, 26-23 minutes of play in the first. Jordan Bigger going to work. Yak, wide open down the baseline. 2 bites of the cherry, he didn't want to. Willie Mitchell, he's been good on rebounds. He's actually, his presence inside has been dominant. Just need, love to see some more aggression from Spurgeon in there. Give one big power dribble, go up, try and dunk on somebody. If you get fouled, get blocked, whatever happens, but show that aggression as he gets the putback there.
I'm on this combination at the moment with Big Willie and Spurgeon on the floor.
Shot clock's off, so potentially the last play of the game. Poulane. Interesting attempt there from Sims. Fold himself into a awkward position, but the close of the first. Good quarter for the Mountaineers, 28-25, so they're able to wrestle the ascendancy back after being down early there. Good aggression and a high-scoring quarter. I know Mountaineers averaging about 80 points per game, so to come out with 28. Danny Breen will be very happy with that. Now the key is play the 4 quarters. They've had that 1 quarter in each game that's just been letting them down, letting the opposition get that little bit of a buffer, which they haven't been able to claw back. So that's the key, being able to string these 4 quarters together.
Mate, we spoke about people playing their role, and it's Big Willie Mitchell. I think he's come on during, halfway through that quarter, and he's made a real difference defensively. Pulled down some offensive rebounds as well, and we went from there. So started that defensive end again. Big Will come on and change a few things for us there. Other than that, Sims got into his work. Hasn't been afraid to throw it up tonight. They're backing themselves at the moment, and they're running the floor. So.
Yeah, so what they see too, so Willie Mitchell's actually leading the plus-minus, so he's plus 11 while he's been on the court there for the Mountaineers, so leads everybody in that category. So he's definitely been the catalyst to raise the bar on the intensity. Grabbed 4 boards, been out there. Got the little putback there too, so he's been awesome. Just what the doctor ordered to get him back into the game. Someone to come on and give him that little bit of an urge along. Sims has been great, 12 points first quarter. Married up with Cam Webber, 10 points too. So a good start for the Mountaineers.
You see they've gone with Mitchell and Spurgis again. Down the block.
It'll be an interesting rotation they have here without Sims, without Ranko on the court. Without Ricardo on the court too, so there's going to be somebody's going to have to put their hand up. I think even Coach Danny will be very intrigued in how this 5 plays out. Yak. Cops one on the arm as we see it squeeze.
He did say that before, Coach Breen. So you want to see what he got from a few of his other players tonight. So perfect opportunity here.
It's the Yak just off the back left, pops that one out. Attempt number 2. Makes the correction, gets it to go. Matching up man-to-man. Willie Mitchell very active in help over there. Coming across. Little Kobe Robinson bangs down a 3. Bigger on the key. Something happened on weak side. Yak to the top. Spurgeon. Back of the rim gets a hard roll onto the supports. To force Harvey operating the wing. Ferguson down the low block. Favours himself against the smaller Ranko.
Good help from Big Willie with the finger up. There's the finger from Big Willie.
That's the second block for the game for the...
Harvey straight back. Strong move to the basket.
Big Willie Mitchell. Tradesman-like performance thus far for the Chippy. Yak looking for something to happen off the ball. They go to the man of the moment. Nice little relocate.
Mitch, say it's about time for probably Sims or Webber to check back in here. Give us a little bit more potency on the offensive end.
Lane spills his lollies. Yak in control of the point now. Ranko from the wing, that's no good. So the scoring's just dried up a little for both teams here. I don't know how long we're going to see Sims and Ricardo Martin both off the court. It's Harvey.
Nice, strong move, isn't it?
He is
Harvey's
strong. He's able to get in there.
Power.
Go up through that contact and still able to get an effective finish on as well. It'll be his 11th point of the game. Chance to...
As you said before, you don't notice things. He just sneaks up there.
Oh, and he's been doing it for the best part of the last decade over in the QBL too. Gets that. He's going to see a full court. Defense rotation, which gets busted. An easy pass from Yak. Finds a wide open Martin under the basket. Can't finish. Get the bonus too.
Probably need to get Ricardo going in this quarter. Toowoomba just get a little bit of offense. This could happen. Just get him to the line a bit. A few points from the line and just get him into a bit of a groove.
Force coach Christopher Riches won't be real happy with that. You decide your first possession to throw a bit of full court defense on. You get
easy lob.
Picked off. Picking mulberries in spring. Off the bush. Straight off the bush, straight in the goal. Harvey comes down. They're working inside again. Willie Mitchell's right there in help. Great rotation there on defense from Mitchell. Robertson.
Tough call. From the referee at the halfway line.
Yak wasn't happy anyway. Yeah. I know. He's with the old... he's on a few squints in there too, the referee. Maybe his vision might be a little impaired. But
APSM.
Who knows? Harvey Robinson. Poulain down low. Kicks to Bishop. So some good low rotation there. There's a couple of bow and arrows or something being
happening
pumped up from the benchies.
Oh, will it be a return, Barano?
Robin Hoods. Harvey stays with it. Might have got Will Mitchell for the body there. No, Cameron Webber just reaching in. Grabbing a bit of the upper limb.
Sims checks back in. 36-33 Ipswich. 6:46 to go on the clock in the second quarter here. See, Harvey's just taking a little bit more control of this game. Taking upon himself to take the ball to the rim a bit here in the last few possessions. Just so strong at the finish.
Second one rattles out. Look to push the issue here. Ranko, Weber transition 3 is long. Lane losing his footing. Held ball, go with the possession arrow, stays with Ipswich. Anybody out there on the live streams, love to hear your thoughts. A massive appreciation to our sponsors. So game sponsor, Ricky Brunner, stalwart. We are playing for the Karen Brunner Shield too, this local derby.
Family. Yep.
His business, Southern Cross Bricklaying, sponsor the games brought to you tonight, as well as Stone Street Coaches bringing you this live stream all around the world, wherever you may be.
It was great to have a chat to Phil before.
The millions and millions of people watching.
Millions and millions. No, two great local businesses that support sport all around the Downs. Quite fitting having Phil on it today from Stone Streets.
It was.
With establishments in Toowoomba and Ipswich.
Yeah, a bit torn. Reserved a bit of judgment there.
Nice little match-up here.
Mitchell and Will Mitchell. Mitchell Poulet.
Yes.
Nothing much in that, though. Just,
and Spurgeon checks back in place of Willie. He's done a good job tonight. Those role players we spoke about, they've got to step up. He has done so. Oh from 2.
Great block shot.
Vaselovic looks to push it down. Sims. Weber in the corner. Good ball movement to Ranko. A bit
nice
balance.
from Ranko. Check the feet. Launched.
Cash the ticket.
Lead back to 3.
Ferguson showing a few jabs there, creating a bit of space, making the mid-range jumper. Little 2-3 zone look from the force now as Ricardo Martin looks to get his first field goal of the game unsuccessfully.
Nice defense again from Weber.
Offensive rebound there, good commitment from Pulane.
Pulane.
Pulls him down. Ricardo Martin, a bit bailed out there, was backing his way into the keyway. Lost his footing.
Come on.
Weber steps in. Good possession there.
Feeling it a bit tonight, Weber.
He's one of the most dangerous. On all those out of bounds plays, they're always one of the most dangerous players on the court. You got to watch for the inbound. They step in, often forgotten about. And Weber on that occasion just pops in into the low corner for a corner 3.
Tough.
Lane Spurgeon with the good defense on that occasion. Sims looking to break it down. Little hook, tough opportunity.
Tough finish, finishing with the right hand in the key there.
It's Harvey, plenty of bodies on the floor. Martin. Kicks to Weber, wide open. It's long.
Harvey just has great body position, doesn't he? Like finishing at the hoop with the pull up.
Martin got himself to the space, but fairly wayward on that shot as G straight back into the game. Straight back into the action, short on the iron.
Important 3 minutes here for the Toowoomba side.
Force up 6.
Down by 6, yep.
45-39, fairly even matchup. We haven't seen anybody really be able to grab this game by the scruff of the neck, so bump by Webb, not in position on that occasion. Harvey draws the foul. That'll be 2 shots for Harvey as the bonus is up for the Mountaineers.
Probably the man we don't want going to the line. 82%.
5 of 7 tonight. 15 points. Add to that. Only 8 field goal attempts. So he's really capitalising on his time at the free throw line, Kyle Harvey.
Smart player.
Well, again, Spurgeon just misses the body there. The box out, didn't get to that. Harvey gets space. Nice drop off to Pillane.
The finish.
Very animated bench there.
Interesting
for the Force,
isn't it?
Yeah. Spurgeon off the back of the rim, no good. Harvey looking to go to work again. This time on Yak, fading baseline. Can't get that one to go. Pillane. It's been busy on the offensive boards, Pillane.
He's come out and had a real strong quarter. He is asserting himself down low.
Couple of killers in the last couple of minutes too. 3 offensive rebounds. Second chance opportunities that you just don't want to give anybody.
We spoke about it before the game. It's managing those moments of the game, and we're in the middle of one right now, where you got the ability of this game. You know, it's a 9-point game now. You know, it's got the ability to be blown out to a 15, 16-point game by half time, and they've got to realise that, the Toowoomba side, counteract that, and come back with a bit more intensity.
Yeah, the old fork in the road too. So they can get a bit of momentum, snatch that back, reduce the deficit down. They want to keep it close. That's what they've been good at this year. They've given themselves opportunities. They've been able to stay close. They've been in the fight. They're there throwing punches. They just haven't been able to land the knockout blows. So potential is there that they are, well, too far out of the ring. But make a few adjustments here. They've just struggled. Their offense has gone a little stagnant too. Early on, Sims was good early. A lot of that was off the dribble as well. So maybe look to incorporate a bit more ball movement, get into some sets and get some good options out of the sets to get everybody involved in the game. Yeah. We see there has been a good, previously been a good scoring balance tonight. Webber's actually leading all scorers with 16 points alongside Kyle Harvey. Sims has got 12. Then we go down to Ranko Paselovic, who has 5, then a couple of minor contributions. So what we've seen previously over the last 5 or 6 home games is that's a lot more well-balanced than what we're seeing tonight. So looking for those guys off the bench. Ricardo Martin's been quiet. Spurge, those guys to put their hand up. Martin on the cue.
And Martin's probably the one we need to get into the game, isn't he, at the moment?
He's lost the bandana. It's gone. Didn't work.
Just wasn't working, was it?
No. Didn't look great either. You don't look good. How can you play good?
Put it on Simsy with his Timberlands. That'd be interesting.
Martin.
That's the option at the moment of getting Ricardo going. Just gives you that other attacking weapon.
Might have been what they spoke about in the timeout there. A little nudge from Coach Breen to wanting to get Ricardo involved in the game for this last 2 minutes of the first half. So see a wide open shot for G. Is short. Harvey. Yeah, and that's a nice move. Pulled up, got the shot. Pillane, another offensive.
Been good, hasn't he, Pillane, this quarter.
Rebound. Somebody's going to have to take responsibility to get a body on him, get him on their back and clear him out of that area. Too easy. Again, sort of clear out. There's not much happening off the ball. As the shot clock winds down, Martin, tough basket, drops the bump there. Good defense from the Force. Goodnay. Working, Pillane, down to G.
Nice pass.
Find.
Great feed.
Good find, good positioning off the ball there from Harvey too. Left himself with nothing to do except cash in on the bucket.
Some real tough possessions down the floor at the moment. We've made a few buckets, but they've been very tough finishes. Whereas Ipswich is just finding that man at the moment for the open look.
Harvey and Pillane have been the dominant forces for the Force. 18 points, 14 points respectively as Robinson goes straight by the yak. That's just got to be a possession in defense that have more pride and don't get beat off the dribble so easily. Franco, the gamble from Harvey. So 13 points, got the double figure margin for the Force.
Yeah, it's just danger.
2-second shot clock, game clock differential. Bit of argy-bargy from the little guys down there. Kobe Robinson.
The little blokes like to have a bit of fun too, mate.
Yak.
You know?
Spurgeon up the court. An unfamiliar role. Ooh. Missed a look under there. Bishop was wide open there for a minute. 9, shot clock winds down, game clock. Bump. Alec Goudinay. Cops a contact. Flop warning called on Ricardo Martin.
It's been a good finish to this quarter by Ipswich. Blown that lead out to 13 points. Yeah, they've just been patient. Taking the right options in the offense. And that's probably something you can see, the difference between the two teams is that patience and experience in a couple of players, the leading players.
16-point buffer in this quarter. 17 points now for the Force. They do lead the quarter 32-15. So this is a quarter that we didn't want the Mountaineers to have. They said they are struggling to string together 4 quarters of a game, and that's the case here in the second quarter. Ipswich Force able to stretch out their deficit to 14 points. They lead the home team, Mountaineers, 57-43. Tough quarter there for the Mountaineers.
Very tough quarter, mate. As we said, they had a bit of momentum coming out of that first quarter going into the second. But I think Ipswich, they upped their intensity and as I said before, the experienced guys took over.
Obviously, some adjustments going to be to be made in the long break by Danny Breen. He won't be happy with that at all. Offense just didn't come naturally. And 33 points in a quarter, not good enough defensive-wise. So both ends of the court, bit disappointing there for the Mountaineers. We might take a break here at the half-time. We're going to leave you with Mountaineers legend, ambassador, chairman, canteen packer, barman, ticket seller, whatever you name it, he's done it, Johnny Gouldston, and now he's going to be said at court with the halftime entertainment.
Here we go. If you're out here in 5 seconds, you'll get a chance. If you don't, you miss out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The rest of you stay there. You're too late. Line up here on the green line. Here we go. This is it. And you're going to get the rebound for me. Let's go up. We're playing soccer here. Let's go, mate. Have your shot. This is the Armstrong Auto Group. Positive choice. You can go back to mum and dad. Thank you. You're a good boy. You've done well. Green. He's good. Go to the end of the line. Come on, love. Come up to the white. Let's go. Up to the white. Good try. See you later. Here's the under 12 boy. Let's go. You're right. And another under 12. Second at the state championship. Oh, you must have opened your eyes. Go back to mum and dad, mate. You're gone. Here we go. Come forward. That's it. Good try, mate. Good try. See you later. You're gone. Get the rebound, buddy. All right. There's a few left. Quick spot. Here we go. You're gone too. All right. You're gone too. We've only got 5 left. Let's go. You're gone too. 4 left. The green line, buddy. Come on, CJ. Let's cheer it for CJ. Sorry, CJ. See you later. Come on, love. Oh, you're Logan. Sorry, mate. Oh, my apologies. Come on, love. Come forward a bit. White line. See you later. I know, there's 2 left in it. Yeah, JC. The pressure's on you, buddy. The pressure's on you. Oh, yeah, still going. These kids can shoot. Oh, CJ, yes! Mate, this is a big shot. There's a lot of money on this one. Oh, CJ, go over and get my wallet off Kai. Get my wallet. Get my wallet. All right, what a. He's got the biggest cheer squad too. All right, this is CJ. Come out here, CJ. Did you get my wallet? My wallet's on the table. You got to grab it, boy. Whilst we're doing that, we'll have Councillor Carol Taylor draw out the $1,000. This is the voucher. No, take it from the top. There's the other ones in the bottom. All right, we've taken out that this is the voucher that's having the $1,000 shot. It's a 17-year-old. It's a positive choice, John Golden. Are you here, John? John Golden? Yes, come on, buddy. You're going to get the 3-point shot. Right, CJ. Now, quiet, please, ladies and gentlemen. This is worth $1 million. No. How much is in there? $20 is in there. If he gets us this, you can keep the $20. You right, CJ? Give him a second chance. Yeah, come on, give him a second chance. Oh, I'll even give him a third chance. One more. Sorry about that, CJ. You're gone. All right. Over here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Armstrong Auto Group. $1,000 shot from halfway. Have you played basketball before? Occasionally. He looks as though he has. Kyle, we got that ball? Good man. Now, the rule is, you can't go over the line. Okay? You got to shoot, stay in the back court. If you hit it, it's worth $1,000. If you miss it, it's the end of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get our hands up for it. Hands up. Everybody, hands up. This is a big one. Hold on. We got to get his name again. John Golden.
Yep.
Where are you from?
Toowoomba.
He's a Toowoomba boy. Are you still at school or are you working?
Still at school, last year.
What school?
Grammar.
Toowoomba Grammar School. Well. Mate, if you do this, Cabe Ciccolini will be so pickled pink because he knows you'll give the $1,000 to the school team, doesn't he? Hey, isn't that fair? All right, here we go, John. Line up. Hands up. Hands up. Get them up. Come on. All right, Jono, hit it. Oh, good effort. Well done, buddy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you want to give him a second chance? No way. That's it. Now, I just have to have another little talk to, he's going away. Karen. No, it's Karen. I've got to talk to Karen, ladies and gentlemen. Karen, does this bring back a few memories to you?
Yes, it does. A lot of old memories.
Karen, what trip did you and I go away together? Did you hear that?
Oh.
Karen and I went away together in a basketball trip back in the 70s, didn't we?
Yeah, we went on a few. We went to Melbourne.
We went to Melbourne with the Saints women's team.
Yes, we did.
To the Australian Club Championship.
Yes, yep.
And we went to the state secondary school team to Sydney.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah.
And we won it.
Yes, we did.
And you won it, of course, because of the coach, not because of the players.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Righto. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady here, before she had a stroke, she was an amazing basketballer. Give her a round of applause, Karen Brunner. She's an amazing woman. Almost as good as, what do you think, Rick? As good as Jackson, the Australian player?
Down here, anything's possible. A first degree, a second career, a way to advance. As the #1 uni for graduate employment in Queensland, the University of Southern Queensland has helped over 100,000 students become more from more places, on their own terms, in their own time, with 24/7 access and over 100 online degrees. Become more from more places with USQ.
Toowoomba Together wants to break the silence by empowering our sporting clubs to join together and embed social change. Do we accept abusing players or officials? Not in our club.
Do we accept verbal, physical or mental abuse towards women, men or our kids? Not in our club.
Do we accept foul language? Not in our club.
Not in our club.
Not in our club.
Just about do, mate. Surely. There you go. That's outstanding. That much talent running around in our own backyard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the semi-pros. The semi-pros. Ladies and gentlemen, you got the Stone.
It's time now for the University of Southern Queensland QBL Live Stream Series with the Clive Berghofer Toowoomba Mountaineers in action at the Cave. To call the game, please welcome the semi-pros.
To the Clive Berghofer USQ Stadium out here in Toowoomba, where we're doing battle for the Karen Brunner Challenge Shield. At the moment, it's all Ipswich in the men's game, 57-43. They do have a 14-point ascendancy. Pretty poor second quarter there from the Mountaineers, mate.
It was, mate. Just they didn't execute in offense. Didn't execute, but I think it's going to start. If we're going to get back into this game, it's got to start at the defensive end, and that's got to change with attitude. You've got to have that attitude. You've got to have that will to get yourself back into the game. These are the hardest times when you're actually down by this and getting yourself back in. And when you know you've got to change your attitude, that's what they've got to do. So I'm very interested to see what happens in this first five, mate.
We did have an interesting conversation with former Mountaineer Joel Seeby, and he brought to our attention that Ipswich Force dominating on the rebounds. They got 34 total, but interesting, Mountaineers have got 17. Ipswich have 14 offensive rebounds, which that's the game right there.
You need a bit of a box out, don't you? 14.
And there we go. Last week Pauline just grabs another one. Waltzes in there. picks it up. And this is another second chance opportunity there. So Polaine straight in, straight.
Kicks out to Ferguson for the 2.
He's now got 9 rebounds. Just personal tally. 3 them are defensive, 6 are offensive. So, and that would be probably from the 5-minute mark. Webber catches all the air there on that attempt.
Is there any reason
from long range
why big Willie Mitchell hasn't come in to match up against him a little bit more?
Yeah, I don't know. Willie was good. He got his opportunity there at the end of the first, early in the second. So whether it's Danny's wanting to see more from Spurgeon. Again, a loose ball on the ground. Nobody keen to get to it.
3.
Spears, and this one's threatening to get
signs.
ugly. It's 19 points now for the Force. They're back into a 1-3-1 zone. And we've seen, not only tonight, but previously when they have seen this zone look, the Mountaineers, there's just nothing happening. They're happy to just be floating the ball around the perimeter. They're not actually penetrating. They're not causing the zone to have to shift and match up with players.
Yeah, right. They haven't looked comfortable against the 1-3-1 at all. It was the same last week too. Against the 1-3-1, they didn't look comfortable. But as you said before, there's some bad signs here. With 8 to go in the third.
On two teams that are fairly evenly matched on paper. We saw earlier on down at Ipswich in their first battle. Ipswich absolutely pants Toowoomba by a tone of nearly 40 points, I think it was. Ranko gets the open 3, makes it go.
And needed it. Really needed that at the time.
Again, they're getting the penetration, collapsing the zone, kicking it out to the open shooters. And that's just way too easy. Joshua Spears waltzed in, had a look around, had a cup of tea, ordered a beer, then put up his jump shot.
Thank you for coming. But just more composed, aren't they, the Ipswich side? Like in execution. In execution.
They're just comfortable.
Yeah.
They're comfortable in what they're doing, what their sets. They're getting good looks, good opportunities.
If you have a look on the other side, Ricardo is very frantic tonight. Just can't get into the game offensively.
Bit of flow that comes with the pressure of not being able to put wins on the board as well.
Yeah.
Nobody likes losing, and the more you do, the more pressure you put on yourself. And sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets as well. So it's really,
doesn't it?
It does. It's just really trying to find that balance, find that execution. But we did see the Mountaineers in the women's game lower lead like this that the Force have. So hopefully the boot will be on the other foot in the men's edition that we see here, brought to you by Stone Street Coaches, a wonderful local company. Polaine.
He's had a good game
What a
tonight.
career night.
What's he put up now?
14 points, 9 rebounds for Polaine.
What does he average, Polaine? Hasn't got it in there. But has been very effective tonight. Lead blowing out to 20 points now.
Good look, Spurgeon inside. Wide open under the hoop. On a good dish from Ricardo Martin. Polaine got his confidence up. He's happy to back himself.
Driving the
Kicks
lanes.
it round. Harvey gets the open shot from the base. Oh, Oh, Pillane muscles up.
That's Webber on the ground. That's 5.
In the game, Robinson, 13.
Kobe Robinson checks in for Jesse G for the Force. 5 to go. 18 is the deficit here in the third stanza. The Mountaineers, good for the Mountaineers, starting to get a bit more rotation in the offense. Spurgeon with the little left hand hooky. Rums out, Pillane.
Oh, yeah, almost stands in. Bishop back in.
Kane Bishop, Pillane here. They've got some really good minutes out of Pillane.
He's had a great night tonight, Pillane.
We need some points.
Both ends of the floor. As you said before, his confidence is sky high at the moment. Another good finish inside.
Easy buckets there for the Force.
Too easy.
Getting what they want. Martin, Tartan transition, good aggression, gets to go, cops the foul.
Gives us a little look over here in the box.
I think there's a little bit of frustration in that look from Martin.
Okay, folks, it's going to be a big comeback here. Let's get with the boys.
Big Johnny G trying to get the crowd pumped up here. But 20 down, 5 to go in the third, Steve. What is going to get you back into a game? 18 down, sorry.
18 down, back to 17. Well, you've got to look at it. You've got to look at it. You're not going to get it back by the end of the quarter. So you've got to set yourself a target, I think. If you can get it back to 12, get it back to 10. If you're lucky enough to get it back to single figures.
That hurts.
That does hurt. Robinson pings up the 3 to get it back to 20. You've got to look at just trying to set yourself a goal and being able to somewhere where you give yourself an opportunity to be when the whips are cracking.
Yep. So at the moment, you look at what you're getting maybe back to another big 3.
Yeah, they've got all the answers at the moment, and they're getting easy shots too. They're wide open. They're shots that should go down. To Ipswich credit, they are going down as Ranko looks to try and answer and does.
He does, yes.
So both teams coming up with some big shots in the third. But Mountaineers really on the defensive end. They've got to be able to make some stops. They get away with one there. Sims gets the rebound, pushes up the court. He's got Webber wide open. Turnover,
bad look.
Bad pass, foul, Spurgeon.
And the foul as well, just to compound the error.
Yeah, when you're trying to make you're coming back 17 points, a lot of energy goes into it. You need things to go your way. You can't be afford to just make those cheap turnovers.
Little momentum killers, aren't they?
Yeah, you've got to have everything. You just got to make that extra pass, hold that extra for that extra half second to get a clean lane in the pass.
Yep.
Trying to
See, and that's too easy inside there, that look.
They're getting good catches, exactly.
Yeah.
Good movement off the ball, working off the ball. As the yak.
Ooh. One of those nights.
Shoots it off the back.
And the foul.
Big Kane Bishop
The
just.
bench is going off over here for Ipswich. Ward. Haven't seen him tonight.
Cooper Ward, I tell you what. He's one of those blokes you love to have on your team. Gets around, waves the towels, fills the bottles. That's you on the back. Shoots the arrows when the 3 goes down. He's got it all. It's the Mountaineers. He's pretty happy over there on the bench anyway with the where his team's situated in this game as Selovic can't get it to go off.
You just see the frustration creeping in here at the moment.
It's trying hard.
Yeah. As you said before, when you're not used to winning, you start to try a lot harder and things can compound. And that's probably what we're seeing a bit of at the moment here. But hats off to Ipswich. They've been composed. and thus far have played a great game here tonight.
Yeah, certainly have. They've made adjustments where needed, so they've changed up their defensive strategy, changed up to the zone. That's really halted the Mountaineers after what was an even first quarter. It was there for the grasp. Whoever wanted to grab it by the horns and steer the ball, and Ipswich have certainly done that. Mountaineers haven't been able to go with them. They were good early. Sims, I think, Sims had 12 points probably in the first 6 minutes. Hasn't been able to add to that.
Yeah, Sims had a strong first quarter. Cam Webber had a strong first quarter, but I think both teams were just feeling each other out a bit in the first quarter, and then Ipswich have stepped up another gear, and we've struggled to go with them so far.
So 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. By no means out of reach of Mountaineers, but it is getting to a stage they're going to have to have things go their way, and they're not just going to happen. They're going to have to put themselves in a position as Ranko Vasiljevic gets started. Sims gets the breakaway too. And they're going to need plenty more of that. There we go again.
It's good defense straight out of the timeout there.
So that's some good stops. They can wrestle momentum back. It all is about is taking those bite-sized pieces, trying to make an impact on this lead for this last 3 minutes. It's Joseph Johnson's into the court.
Oh, JJ.
And Ranko, that's a killer foul there from Alec Goudinet. Fouling the three-point shot from Ranko Vasiljevic.
Hands up. Come on.
He'll get 3 from the free throw line.
It's coming out some good intensity, Ranko, after that timeout. Coach Breen was very animated at the timeout, and he's had some instant results straight afterwards.
Coach Breen. Feel too familiar hair without a place. Actually added some lipstick to his...
He's got it all, hasn't he?
Tell you what, he's a very, very well manicured, middle-aged gentleman.
He's very animated on the sidelines too. He does some miles up and down there, I tell you what.
He's looking to inspire his team to get back into this ball game late in the third quarter. Joey Johnson is out on Harvey. Gets a difficult task. Harvey uses his veteran now.
Match up straight up there.
Licking his lips. It's like a big juicy steak sitting in front of him, ready to
just power.
Carve off the
had
bone.
all the power over JJ.
Nibble away.
Has been a little bit quiet this quarter, Harvey.
Has been, as he can't get the first free throw to go. Does lead all scorers for the game with 21 points now. Kyle Harvey. In this zone look, Johnson to penetrate, dishes to Yak. Spinning. Push the ball back, G, wide open Robinson, and that's
it's been good from outside tonight, Robinson.
He's done exactly what he needs to do, fills a role. Taking his tally to double figures in limited minutes.
From beyond the arc tonight.
2 for 3.
Yep.
But he's just performed what the coach needs him to do. He's come on, hasn't tried to do anything outside of his skill set.
Exactly.
And that's
another tough finish there. And there he is.
Rocking the baby.
Rocking the baby is
Cooper Ward. He's got all the tricks. He'd be a great man to have on your side in a game of charades anyway. He's got...
It'd be nice if someone would maybe rock him a little bit. And the finish. And we're back out to 21 points.
21 points. So they did the hard work, got it back to 15, gives himself an opportunity, but
bang, bang.
Stretched back out now from the forces. Joseph Johnson rocking the cornrows. Dipped in paint. Martin, good aggressive move.
Martin will go to shoot 2.
Martin will shoot 2. Visibly frustrated here in this third quarter.
Just a little roll for 1.
Bigger, Jordan Bigger's back into the game for the Mountaineers. Sims, G going to work at him. Tough basket. Goes at the body. Wanted the contact there. Sims cops a bump on his way to the bucket.
At the moment, it's all the offense is pretty much coming through Sims. Penetrating and going to the hoop. Where we're going to get some more offense from, I'm not quite sure at the moment. Little man with the Timberlands takes 2.
2 for 2 on that. Trip to the stripe. Martin gets caught on a back pick there from Goudenay.
Ricardo's got to be careful here. Getting visibly more frustrated. I'm going to give away tech.
Unsuccessful for Goudenay. It's the Mountaineers down 22.
The largest lead of the night, I'm pretty sure, 22 points.
Sims working off the dribble.
Finish. But everything that's coming is tough. They're all tough buckets, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. That's the difference in the two teams' offense. Ipswich are getting easy looks, good looks. Here we go, like that great little back pick there from Goudenay. Dish from G to Harvey with the easy finish. They're just getting what they want, as opposed to the Mountaineers have had to work hard for every point that they're putting up at the moment.
At the moment, it's spread the floor, isn't it? Sims is trying to penetrate. Great for himself, dish out.
Johnson with the baseline
It's
runner.
Tough. Watch the cameras there, JJ. Nice little run.
Brings it back to 20 points. It's the bonus 19-point lead for the Force. Hail Mary from long from Robinson. Couldn't get that to go. So we're going to be 19-point deficit. The Mountaineers trail the Ipswich Force 90-71 here at the third quarter break, mate. Look, not a great quarter. Mountaineers were able to hold their own, but when you're down, you're chasing a margin, you can't hold your own, you can't go possession for possession. What do they need to do? And they need to do something quickly.
Stops. It's all about stops now. 19 down. Got to get some stops on the defensive end. Obviously, going to need some pretty good offense in the last quarter as well, but it's all got to come from the defense. And the defense, let's be honest, in that third quarter was terrible. And as I spoke about at half-time, it's all attitude. Whether you can change your attitude that quickly is another thing too. So
it is defense. 90 points in 3 quarters, so 25, 32, 33 have been the points tallies for the Force, and you're not going to win many games when you've got to score 120 points. Well, they're on track to score 120 points. That's a tough ask to try and score that in these 40-minute conditions that we play under. Not good enough. They're going to really, to give themselves an opportunity here, the defense is where it's going to be. They're going to have to try and hold Ipswich to something at 10, 12, 13, maybe 15-point quarter, and they've really got to light up themselves.
Massively.
So,
yeah,
big changes needed for the Mountaineers. We've got Joe Johnson, Jordan Bigger, so a couple of the guys off the bench getting an opportunity to show what they can do, maybe inspire
Number 51.
some of the regulars. But it's now or never.
Before, I'm really surprised we haven't seen Big Willie again after his stint in the first and second. So,
but as the Mountaineers match up man-to-man, Pillane going to work on Ricardo Martin. Again, another good look there for Jaden Ferguson, but it was unsuccessful. Joey Johnson running the lanes. Sims. Johnson takes a look at a 3.
Harvey with the rebound.
Harvey strong. Harvey
There he is
again,
again, that man, Harvey.
Cleaning up.
Just positions himself so well on both ends of the floor.
26 points, 10 rebounds, double-double there for Harvey.
Just another regular night at the
No,
office.
he just does them for fun. Good look there. Oh, Ricardo Martin elevating quickly and throwing it down. Is that something that get the Mountaineers excited? Get them a bit of momentum. Get them back in this game. Give the crowd something to cheer about. See G on the step back. Got Yak in the air.
Good
finds
feed.
Pillane under the basket. Nude.
Yeah, that's the thing. Should never have had that passing option there.
Disguised into the background with these camouflaged uniforms, and nobody in the Mountaineers wanted to pick him up. Maybe they just couldn't see him. Pillane makes the first.
What's Pillane put up now tonight?
It's his 15th point.
Rebounds?
9 rebounds.
Good night at the office.
It's the Yak. Bit more movement now on offense from this Mountaineers team. As bigger fires from the top. Rebound was there to be taken, and that's just poor transition defense from the Mountaineers. Jesse G was able to go pretty much coast to coast and get an uncontested layup. Harvey again cleans up on the defensive end. 48 plays 25 on the rebound count. So
nearly double.
Absolutely dominated by the Force on the glass. There's the Yak. Again, can't get it to go. Looks to the skies.
Now, like, it's just for Toowoomba, it's all one out ball. Whereas Ipswich,
it has been ever since they showed that zone look.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Toowoomba have just been stifled in what they needed to do. They haven't been able to shift the zone and get good looks or good penetrations, pass penetrations, dribble penetrations into the seam, finding their shooters. They just haven't been able to really get too much or nearly anything
Cam
from
Webber
that.
checks back. And he's had a long stint on the bench as well, Webber.
Yeah, sitting with the 4 fouls. So.
Yeah.
It's the 18 minutes. For his 18 points, so he's had good productivity while he's been on the court. Those team fouls, personal fouls have hurt, and there's his bread and butter from the baseline. Rims out. And once again, the Force just haven't been giving up second chance opportunities. Oof. Bodies on the floor there. His clock winds down. G's looking to operate. Now he's got Yak. Nice little move. He didn't get it off. Been touch and go there. Interesting, but cutting a little bit too fine.
23 points. 6.5 to go.
Bigger on the pass, fake, long on the shot.
They've had some good looks here as well. Just can't get anything to drop at the moment. And once again, Ipswich go to work down low in the block.
It's on his big boy's pants and takes him to big boy town. Working out inside there, Jaden Ferguson. Yak puts a 3 in from the corner. A little too late at the moment, even though we do have 5.5 to play. We are chasing a 22-point deficit, the Mountaineers. It's G. Euro step straight by Webber. An easy bucket with the left hand.
G's coming to his own in the second half of this game. That's out of here. Oh, and we've got the finger pointing from Ward. Yet to play in the game. Hopefully he'll get a go soon.
I'll tell you what, I think the bench might get a good run, actually. It won't be too far off, especially if they can maintain this for the next couple of minutes. Martin exploding.
So one of those nights tonight, Martin, hasn't he? Not going to need to go.
Tried hard, but to no avail. And that's another wide open layup. That's atrocious. Danny Breen not happy at all, and rightly so. Nothing coming on the defensive rotation. So 102 points for the Force, 76 for the Mountaineers. Like 76 points at this time of the game, 5 minutes to play. That's enough to be in a lot of games, or in most ball games, or in all ball games. But when you give up 102, that's just... It just hasn't been good enough from the Mountaineers. Like, they haven't been able to stay in front of their matchups. When they've got beat, the help defense hasn't been in position. And it's been all too easy for the Force.
Mate, and we spoke about attitude. You know, you've were a member of this team for a long time. What did you do in these moments when, you know, you've had a long season? You know, there it is again. It's just an easy pathway through. Like, you've had a long season. You know, you're 1-12 or 1-13, and what do you do to pick yourself up?
It's all about pride and competing, really. Like, mate, we'd go to training, and you would hate to get beat by somebody at training, and to step out on the floor, especially when people come and watch, and
especially
pay their money.
Tonight. It's the Ipswich Toowoomba rivalry.
It is.
It's for the Karen Brunner couple shield. Like, the Brunner family's been a great family in Toowoomba basketball. You want to see a better performance.
You do, and even though it's 4.5 minutes to go, they can go two ways now. Obviously, this game's done and dusted. Ipswich are going to get away with the win, but if you can come out and play hard and have a bit of pride in your own efforts and your teammates' efforts, or you can soak it up, and this could end up, 27 points now. Like, this could end up 40 in the blink of an eye if they let it get that way. So it's up to them to really, I suppose, have a look in the mirror and see what you're made of. So test of character goes one of two ways. They can either sort of head down and kick the ground and those sort of things, or they can actually, what we've been done, let's draw a line in the sand, and now it's time to actually show these fans, show the people, show all the juniors that are out here watching what they're capable and what they actually stand for, and take some momentum into the last 3, 4, 5 weeks of the season as well. Doesn't get any easier. They've got the Capitals coming up here next week, so they're playing the best team in the competition next week. They come out like they do now. Could be a disaster. Might have to bring a blindfold myself. Has G. See a change up in defense, so zone look from there. Paselovic gets off to the races, gets the easy 2. So good there from the Mountaineers, able to get the steal again, the 2-3 zone. I think this is the first time we've seen it in the game.
I was about to say, I think it is.
Any change-ups. It's a nice dish from
Nice finish.
Good pass. Yak filling the lanes, gets the reward for his efforts. 3 minutes 30 to play out here at the USQ Clive Berghofer Centre. I do want to say once again a massive thank you to our sponsors. So our game sponsor for the night, Southern Cross Bricklaying. Ricky Brunner and his team do a fantastic job. I'm looking over at their sign, get laid by the best. So there you go. If you are looking to get laid, maybe ring Ricky.
Ricky Brunner.
Do you have any bricks, blocks, render?
We'll lay anything, won't he, old Brun?
Yes, suppose he will. And then also Stone Street coaches. So if you need a lift somewhere, Stone Street's coaches, a lovely company gets you travelling around our wonderful region if you want to get out and see some of the great sights coming up into the warm weather's brought a few flowers out. So it is a very nice time of year coming up. But Toowoomba really excels. Anybody out there, if you're listening all around the world, a great time. Get out September, Carnival Flowers.
And what do we got next week? Capitals.
Brisbane Capitals to town next week. Jason Kadee.
See some good players out here next week.
He's been taking all before him in the QBL.
Treat yourself. Get out here next week for a look.
Mate, it would be.
It's
worth the price of admission. Guys that have played in the Boomers, great young talent, been around the NBL for a long time. Brisbane Bullets, current point guard. So.
Let's see if we can get him on here for a chat.
Might do.
Yeah.
Slam and Sammy McKinnon coaching. He got the reins of the Capitals, so that'll be.
Well, Sammy, we'll get Sammy on for a chat, eh? Sure, he'd love to speak to us.
As this one plays out, we've got 2:46 to play. Steal there for Ranko Paselovic. Josh Allen gets a bit of time on the court. I'd say that might be his first time as a Mountaineer in the QBL. Didn't waste any time jacking up a 3, but no good. Joshua Spears able to connect from long. Nice pass.
Big Willie for the 2.
Big Billy Mitchell. Able to get that one to go. Another hand in the lane, Josh Allen. Selovich has a tough
shot. Yeah.
Look. Probably not a great option, I don't think. Coach Danny Green is... that's a hard foul from Sims. Probably unnecessary there. That's the frustration from the Mountaineers boiling over as he come over the top, and he won't.
Just hoping to get
too much for that.
my wish. And here he is, the man of the moment. Cooper Ward enters the game.
So both
He's ready to roll, I can tell.
Coaches going to their bench. Opportunity for some guys that may not have seen a lot of court time to get out there and make the most of what they can do. Push their case to get a few more minutes next week.
Goodenay's been good since he's been on tonight. What numbers has he put up tonight there, Steve?
Goodenay's got 5 points.
Yep.
6 points now.
Yep. Limited minutes.
Come on. Danny Breen's frustration spills over. Yep. Anthony Redmond doesn't want to hear it. Technical foul, so it'll go with 2 points. Don't know. What do you get now? Is it the bench tech might get 2 shots, 1 shot? Looks like 1 shot in possession coming from the force. Frustration spilling over, but they've really got no one else to blame but themselves. They can't really.
Exactly. Yeah.
Frustrations are getting taken out on the referees. The referees have done a good job. I think they've been fairly consistent. There's only one. Well, I suppose 10. We've got 10 people that need to. Oh, this could be big. Your boy
There
Cooper Ward pulls out the bow and arrow. Shoots down the 3.
Big Cooper.
I'll tell you what.
Big Cooper looks like he'll be going for a couple of big burgers after this game, I think.
There's Robinson from the baseline, short. Sims. Oh, he might. If he shot that, he might have got the 3, but he's passed at the last minute. So
flat shot, maybe.
Yeah. Sims penetrating to the basket. Minute to go. All over bar the shouting here. Ipswich Force are going to run out comfortable victors, and that's a clean sweep in the Karen Brunner Shield. So a bit disappointing this season in these matchups. Ipswich have managed to come away with all 4 wins, both men, both women's games. So credit where credit's due, being the better team on the night, both nights.
Especially tonight, obviously the men's game. Ipswich have been far more superior tonight. In the ladies' game, obviously Toowoomba had it there to win. But
yes, Toowoomba just like the Cooper flying off.
Cooper.
No, but especially in the men's game, the Mountaineers team is like the boy that fell out of the tree, mate. They're just not in it.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough week, mate.
Allen gets his chance. This could be his first. Popping the cherry on his QBL points for Allen. Unsuccessful on the first. That one's no good too, so he's going to have to put it away for another night.
Trip down this floor, mate.
Muscles his way through. Big bad Joel Reese.
Stinger, I think.
Just steamrolls the smaller Sims on that occasion.
hustle from Big Willie there.
And again. Oh, Josh Allen's doing all but put it in. Did he give it? He wants it again too. He's hungry.
Sims with the three. There we go. 116-92. Ipswich far too good tonight, Steve. And as we said before, there'll be some soul searching happening between now and next Saturday night against the Capitals.
Certainly is. 116 points for the Force, which is way too many to let in any type of game of basketball. But yeah, a lot of, I suppose, disappointing performance, that one for the Mountaineers. Bar that first quarter, it was all Ipswich. They ran away from it, got the ascendancy early in that second period and never looked back. Kyle Harvey was, I suppose, the leader for the Force. He finishes up with 25 points, 13 rebounds in his 34 minutes of court time. But he was, I suppose, well facilitated, well helped out. Mitch Pillane, he was unstoppable on the rebounds, the offensive rebounds. He finished with 18 and 13. Jade Ferguson's finished up with 15 points. Joshua Spears has got himself 15 as well. Jesse G was good. He's finally finished with the 9 points, but probably controlled the game from the point. Missing their point guard, Jason Ralph, tonight. So for G to be able to step up and slot into that position where Ralph generally does dominate for the Force. Great performance for them. Everyone's managed to get on the scorecard too, so they'll be pretty happy. I dare say they'll be back down the hill tonight, and they're going to celebrate the victory in the Karen Brunner Shield.
Just control the game.
They did. They were dominant. They, as we said during the game, Mountaineers had to battle for everything they got. Ipswich, on the other hand, stuck to their processes, stuck to their systems, their plays, their offenses. They got good looks, they got good scores, and they did it easy in the end. Where to now for the Mountaineers? Doesn't get any easier. Capitals, Brisbane Capitals next week. On top of the ladder, undefeated. So it's going to be, I suppose, a long, hard week in the training courts in there. Danny will not really be too impressed with what he had there. So looking to get something. We're going to just cross over quickly to John Gouldson for the announcement of the Mountaineers MVP of the night.
Well, mate, did you like losing that one?
It's never easy to lose, but as you can see, we don't give up. You know, we play hard throughout the whole game.
You played a fantastic game. I think we were just outclassed. And, of course, a lot of fouls on us.
Yeah. It wasn't our best game, but we're going to go into practice this week, and we're going to get back to it.
Next Saturday we play Brisbane.
That's right. It's going to be a tough matchup, but we're still going to go hard.
Brisbane are top of the league?
Yeah, I think they're undefeated at the moment, but, so we can give them that out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hands together for Daniel Sims, MVP with the Burnout Properties Award. And the team. Well done, boys. Great effort. Give him the keys. Keys to the city, Coxie. Might well have to do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we still have the 51. Won the Gandep cash prize. If you've got that, bring it to me and you'll win yourself a bunch of cash. Thanks for coming, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week, Saturday night. It's 4 o'clock for the SBL. 6 o'clock for the women, 8 o'clock for the men. Looking forward to it. Hey, buddy.
So there you have the formalities, Johnny Gouldson rewarding Daniel Sims with the MVP for the Mountaineers tonight. Probably was well deserved. He did lead the Nears with 25 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, just the one turnover too. So a tidy night for Daniel.
He was good in offense, wasn't he? He started the game well, and at times you just had that feeling that our only offense was coming through him at one stage.
It was tough. He was required to create his own shot, which is sort of his game anyway, but the team itself just couldn't get that flow, couldn't get it happening, couldn't get it working, and it showed. Ipswich did dominate from the outset, but for the home team, Sims finished with 25. Good support, Ranko Paselevic 18, Cam Webber 19, Ricardo Martin 13 there as well. So 92 points, probably good enough to get you into a game.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
the defensive end, that's where it's going to be. So I dare say they're going to have to work on their rotation. It's just basic things too. There was drives down the lane which were wide open, but not once, not twice, on probably half a dozen occasions there where Ipswich were able to get what they want. So convincing victors tonight.
Back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board for the Mountaineers. We are back next week, as you did hear from John, against the Brisbane Capitals, both men and women. We do have the SPL out here, so get out to the Clive Berghofer USQ Centre. One last thanks to our sponsors tonight, Southern Cross Bricklaying and Stone Street's coaches. That's it from us, mate. Thanks for the night. Enjoyable. Would have been nice to come away on the other side of the ledger, but wasn't to be. Ipswich were the better team. But there's always next week in sport. That's the beauty of it. You get another opportunity.
Exactly right.
So that's it from us. If you would like to hear more of us, you enjoyed it that much, tune in to our show, The Semi-Pros, on a Saturday morning, 7 o'clock. Talk all through all sports.
All different sports. We talk about anything.
Anything. Jump on there. Love to hear your thoughts. I've been Steve Glover, Troy Gursky. Sayonara.
Cheers, guys.
Down here, anything's possible. A first degree, a second career, a way to advance. As the #1 uni for graduate employment in Queensland, the University of Southern Queensland has helped over 100,000 students become more from more places, on their own terms, in their own time, with 24/7 access and over 100 online degrees. Become more from more places with USQ.
Toowoomba Together wants to break the silence by empowering our sporting clubs to join together and embed social change. Do we accept abusing players or officials? Not in our club.
Do we accept verbal, physical or mental abuse towards women, men or our kids? Not in our club.
Do we accept foul language? Not in our club.
Not in our club.
Not in our club.
Just about do, mate. Surely. There you go. That's outstanding. That much talent running around in our own backyard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the semi-pros. The semi-pros.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up